Guys, welcome back to another episode of the Fox's Brew. So I hope you're ready for today. Today we're going to be going over two people that is on a blacklist. Now this blacklist was created by 6 people. One of them did reach out to me after I had reached out to them. And then their partner also reached out and was like, hey, we're willing to come onto the show and kind of talk to you a little bit more about it. Because even though the person that mainly put the docu together did a really, really good job, it still needed a little bit more context. So thanks to these people, and I will be introducing them soon, we were able to understand a little bit more of what was going on. So here's the thing, and you're going to see where I'm kind of coming from with this. When you and your boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever it is break up, that should be it, right? So what if people are talking crap about you? It happens, unfortunately. Your exes are always going to talk crap about you no matter what you did. But that doesn't mean you should be going into Discord servers, getting them kicked because they are kind of breaking a rule, but you're also doing the same thing, right? That doesn't make any sense. So let me go into a little bit more detail on this. VRM models. I didn't know what that mean until my friend Broly explained it to me, because when he said people are using VRM models, I'm like, why are they using Vroid models? Because when you export your model from Vroid, which is a free program, is in a VRM format. So that's what I thought he was talking about. I'm like, why would someone be stealing avies that are free, basically? And he's like, no. They come from like rippers or whatnot like that, and you can buy them, which it's a bad thing. But then I'm also seeing it from another angle where I kind of don't think it's bad. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because I have been fucked over by creators before. I have been lost out of money because of people selling avies that isn't either completely finished, or they might be a year or two older and they're just broken and the creator doesn't want to fix it, even though I send them screenshots, videos showing and asking what I could do to fix it, if it's possible that they could fix it, whatever, and they're like, tough luck, I'm working on other stuff right now. I get it, people are busy, but if your avi is broken and if someone like brings it to your attention, maybe take it down or put out like a message, ask someone else that they could probably help you or something, because I don't like the fact, like I think I'm around $100 lost on avies that are broken, and I will never go to those creators again. I prefer going to creators that have where you can test the model to see if you even like it. So, you know, word of advice to all those other ones out there, maybe make one that's public where not everything is unlocked. That way people can test it. Now, granted, unfortunately, you're going to have, rippers that are probably going to take it and stuff like that. There's nothing you can do to really deal with that. And before y'all are like, well, you've never created anything, you never had anything stolen. Yes, I have. When I was first learning Vroid and how to use Unity, my personal model that I made from scratch got ripped. And I didn't know it until that whole ripper contest was going on for like 2 weeks, and people were saying you need to go visit the ripper store and see if your stuff's been taken. And yep, my original model that I had created was taken, and there wasn't anything I could do about it. So I had to like redesign her and everything because I didn't like the fact that other people could be using my model. So yes, I understand the frustration of having something that you have spent months working on taken from you just like that, and you can't do anything about it. And for more proof, I can show an image just for you guys. Right here is showing where I had her in Unity. And so then we have this image, and then we have this image, which was really upsetting that they had also gotten the other 3 that I used a lot back then. And for more clarification, and you know, just as more proof, this is on my Twitch channel, so I can't really go in and change it, but as you can see, my avi is still there. And then this is when I had to like update it and change it when I found out that this was on the Ripper store. So trust when I say I understand how it feels to have your stuff taken, but sadly there's not much we can do to stop it. it. People are gonna do shitty things. So let's start at the beginning. One, I didn't even know there was a docky until Broly was basically getting blacklisted thanks to 2 of his exes. So the doc doesn't even talk about the other girlfriend. She didn't really play a really big part except for showing the screenshots of where him and her were sending links to each other, sharing the links, the VRM link. But we will do a comparison so you can see the full screenshot. We were able to get the screenshots from Dingy's server before it went down, and we will be able to do a side-by-side. So here's the first side-by-side. This one came from Dingy's server. You can even see it says good boy Dingy, and this was basically his blacklist against Broly. Put in active use of VRM within the past 6 months, leaking avies, buying from leakers such as Dry Atom, whatever, third hand cheaper. And as you can see, like here's the horse one, and then over here on hers, and you can see her little icon. And give me a second, I'm gonna pull up. So even for more comparison, you can see this avi right here is in this corner right here, and I'm gonna make it slightly bigger so you can see. Whoever did these edits didn't hide it very well, but you can see where the images are the same. And she too was also using VRM models. And I'm just throwing this out there, you know, there's no reason to go after your ex and basically throw them under the bus like this when you're guilty for it too. And give me a second, I'll show you one of Shortcake using VRM models. Now, I'm just showing you, these are 2 of Broly's exes. And as you can see, both of them are using VRM or sharing the links for the VRM models. And then Shortcake, not only does she do the VRM models, but she also shares for the worlds too. My thing is, if you're trying to basically get your ex in trouble, like throw him under the bus, make sure you're not guilty of the same thing and heavily cropped it out. You're being a hypocrite. Now, just a fair warning, there are going to be some spots where I'm going to be adding in extra photos and like backing up what is being said. We will be switching back and forth from here. Conversation with Faded and ML while they're going into a little bit more detail in explaining things about the docky. I will have to censor other things. One is catfish, and it actually shows a person's like real face, IRL name. And then there is another area which didn't make any sense to me, where Shortcake ends up sharing screenshots of someone that had just turned 18, and there's a possibility that that person was probably not 18 when the photos were taken. All right, so this is at the very beginning of the Krayon and Shortcake blacklist, and this is basically the info and like reasoning on why they were blacklisted. So for Krayon and Shortcake blacklist reasons: drama starting, continuing, lying, toxic, manipulative behavior, sharing an ERP video to those who weren't involved in the person's situation, plus sending her nudes without consent. That, for context right there, that is the freshly turned 18, probably was still a minor at the time when the photos were taken. Catfish, downloading leaked avies and downloading it onto other accounts without them knowing. So first up is Corinne. This is her Discord. It also shows her Spotify, her TikTok, her Twitch, her Xbox, and then it goes into her Instagram, her TikTok page, and then we get down to Shortcakes. This is her Discord, her Instagram, her TikTok page, which that is another thing that will be discussed. Actually, we'll go ahead and talk about it now. So, funny enough, I was going to show the video, but she's got me blocked. But I did grab the screenshots beforehand, and I can show you these now. So, if you look at this, as you can see, this picture is also in the one kind of below, you can see. And then you have this one. This one has over 79,000 views on it. And this is the one of her and Broly. And you'll actually be able to see in the next one. So this is her and Broly right here. And it's got 4,102 hearts, likes. It's got like 77 comments. This was like a cute trend that was going around at the time, where you kind of like cross your legs and then you put your hand in the other person's hand and it'll like do an outfit change or whatever. So she got got rid of all the other videos of her and Broly, but this one, as far as we know, is still on her TikTok page. So why are you keeping that one? Is it just for the views? Because looking at everything else, that's like your highest one so far. But anyways, let's go to the next topic. So now for context. When it comes to Krayon was the first issue we faced when PLT was originally made. Many people had different experiences with this individual, such as attention-seeking behavior, taking over conversations that didn't involve her, speaking over others consistently, which you will also hear this in a video recording later, redirecting conversations that didn't involve her interests, causing a scene saying it was about her husband when we were celebrating her husband's birthday, a week in advance without us knowing, by the way, for several days straight to go and comfort our friend because we were all drunk and very emotional and he was having a mental breakdown. Narcissistic behavior, better than you mentality, calling other creators small due to a lower following than hers, ruining opportunities with other creators / content houses, saying phrases such as I have more followers than you so we don't need you, I have more followers so you should listen to me, I know better so you should listen to my advice, etc. Saying them on lives on TikTok. Followers plus money equals friendship mentality when we talked about streaming for PLT. When confronted about these behaviors, she never apologized, wouldn't understand what we were talking about or talking to her about, blaming others for her downfall from PLT when multiple people had issues with her, almost all of PLT, including Shortcake, saying she wanted her gone right after an important member had left due to her behavior, drama starting / continuing, wanting us to come at her for content, causing relationship problems between others by playing two sides, talking badly about others behind their backs, including their now ex best friend, continuing the drama along TikTok and Instagram, as well as a potential YouTube video we don't have yet, but below is them continuing the drama. So we're going to go ahead and click on this link. And this is one of their TikTok videos. So let me see. Is the audio going to play?
I woke up to bitches who was praying on my downfall. Whoever they was praying to ain't listen to them at all.
Okay. So, oh, wow. So it starts it over. I'm going to have to like open it as a other thing. Open link in new tab.
They tried to rig the game, but you can't fake influence. Hey, I'm tripping, I'm sliding, I'm riding through the back like fuck. Must have on a beat, bro, deep boat in the rap. He a freak though, man down, call like Ember Lambs. Tell him breathe, let them boys to the cross, they walk around like T.
Yeah, I can definitely see how that would be taken as like keeping the drama going. Like it's not even so much that someone's name is gonna upset you in a world or whatnot. It's the way you behave and how you treated others that is like more triggering. So now we're going to Shortcake became the second issue for the following reasons, as well as she was the owner of PLT before it collapsed. Many people had different experiences, such as manipulative behavior, having others take the fall for her in situations that involved her, which included her best friends as well as fellow / former PLT members, lying on multiple occasions for talking badly about someone to their face and behind their back, including Krayon. Catfishing ex-friends as well as others on the internet on 3 separate occasions using a real-life person's profile. And that's where I'm saying where I'm going to have to like censor it. Playing victim in situations that pinned her in a bad light. Then we have toxic behavior, multiple outbursts towards others for no reason, non-apologetic for said outbursts, sending a ERP video of a freshly 18-year-old towards people who weren't involved in the situation, sending said 18-year-olds, yep, to others without their consent, classified as assault by law, technically. Getting herself involved into drama that didn't involve her when complaining about how she didn't want to be a part of it. Experience in PLT. PLT was a group that stood for peace, love, and trust. Originally, things started off great. There were good vibes all around, no stress, no worry. There was even a potential collaboration early on with a group known as VCH. However, due to the knowing Corinne VR had gained, she ended up getting a bit ahead of herself. She told a member of said group that they didn't need them due to her 6K followers at the time, flaunting it like it was some trophy. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now, it's pretty cool once you hit like 5K, 10K, but you don't really want to start like, well, you shouldn't even throw that around to begin with. That's like super freaking rude to be doing that. So now we're gonna read the messages. Okay, so I can't make these bigger, so we're just going to continue. Hey, we don't got to do that collab if it's a problem because Corinne seems to have an issue with it. I was just trying to support and spread the word about PLT and VCH, flexing that she got it and has 6,000 follows. I was trying to support you was all, so I don't know why she came at me all sideways. What happened? I haven't been on, sorry, but what happened? She came at me hell sideways for why the F is VCH trying to collab with us, and it's a group discussion, and that y'all got it and don't need help because she was 6,000 followers, and I was like, I'm friends with Shortcake and just wanted to support y'all. Like what? Yeah, that's like I said, you don't want to flaunt the fact that you have like a certain amount of following. It's very disrespectful. Over time, while gaining a new following, she became more and more narcissistic. She would cut others off in conversation, draw the attention back to her in general chat if it did not pertain her, get upset when the attention wasn't on her, and put herself in a video that was edited when the only thing she had part of was the avatar she edited. Shortcake also did this as well and did not credit the editor for the video. Always, 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 if it's not something that you've created, make sure you give credit to the creator. What happened that made everybody upset was during Zeke's birthday, her husband. Most people had already been drinking that entire week up until August 20th of 2025, which wasn't his actual birthday, by the way, and had been hanging out till then as well. On August 21st, 2025, they wanted to do another drinking night, which we all felt kind of forced to go to, including Shortcake, when we sat down in a call and talked about it. During that time, one of Shortcake's best friends, now ex-best friend, was having a mental breakdown due to the alcohol. Emotions were high during that time, so it was understandable that they went to go check up on them. However, this upset Zeke, so Corinne VR reached out to the PLT head chat to discuss it, as well as the group chat known as the cookout. She was upset about it and basically blamed said best friend for the night being ruined. And we will go ahead and switch over so we can have more context. All right, so we'll circle back to Zeke's birthday. So, like, how did that all start?
Okay, so Zeke's birthday, Crayon wasn't very specific about when it was. She kind of like told us like, "Oh, Zeke's birthday, or we should do something for it." And we're like, "Yeah." I mean, like at this point in time, we were all still like very like good. None of the full drama had like developed quite yet. Like maybe a few little hiccups there, where like maybe Crayon acted like a little like I don't know. I guess the quote unquote the power was getting to her head a little bit because she was one of the main people in the group, right?
Right.
So she felt like she could boss people around a little bit. So we had a few small instances, but nothing crazy, like nothing that we couldn't talk about and still be okay, you know? So she had mentioned to everybody, it's like, oh, sixth birthday, like, you know, and then we all decided, like, oh, yeah, we're going to celebrate it on Wednesday. I know it's like a random middle of the week thing, but for whatever reason, that worked out for us. And so we like, you know, somewhere along the lines we're like, oh, what if we just like pregame like Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday we do a full blowout. We'll just continue celebrating like, you know, Thursday and Friday, and then like just like, you know, just drinking, and then like maybe do another like small little get together on Saturday or something like
Mhm.
that, right? but the big one was going to be Wednesday, right? And so like Wednesday, I'm the one that hosted Wednesday for his birthday. So like I invited all my friends and like uh it was like even some other content creators were there, like Yonto, for example, and like just like a whole bunch of random people that I'm still friends with. They didn't witness anything, so they don't really have anything to say. They didn't witness anything because the things that happened like later in that night.
Mhm.
Once everybody was kind of drunk, so like um, now, mind you, Monday, Tuesday, we had all already been hanging out, maybe drinking a little bit. It wasn't like anything crazy. It was just like, just drinking a little bit, like hanging out and just chilling Monday, Tuesday. And then Wednesday, that's when we did like a big blowout kind of like party, right?
Mhm.
So lots of people came, we all had fun. And then closer to the end of the night, we kind of like started doing like hot seat for whatever reason. It was just like maybe like 12 of us left after everybody had mostly dispersed. um and that's when like things started getting a little weird because like Crayon and Seek would like ask each other like really fucking personal questions, like like I think one time Seek asked her like, hey, when we're fucking, do you think of me? And she said no, which was we thought was fucking wild, like just like little things like that where we're like, oof, like that's uncomfortable.
Oh my
and
god.
he would get and he would get clearly upset.
Right.
Yeah, just like little things like that, or like, and then one time he asked her, like they would both do it to each other, but then one time he asked her, it's like, okay, like if you had the green light, from all the guys in this group, like who would you fuck? And then she literally said, I think she said Didi, me, and Shadow, which was like also very weird. And then he was obviously butthurt about that, like, cause obviously they're drunk, but they were just like poke at each other like that. Like she would ask him things, or he would ask her things. Like it would just be like it got to a point where like, we're going around, yeah, like sure, there was like fun moments, but then when we got down to their question times,
Mhm.
it was uncomfortable. And then we all kind of noticed after that day. So like, yes, that night was great overall with those minor hiccups. But then like Thursday, we all kind of like hung out for a little bit without them, and we were like, man, that was like fucking weird. Like I feel uncomfortable. Like we all like when I say we all, I mean like the guys mostly. This is like me, Shadow, and like Boogie and G Money, which was another person that we were friends with at the time. We're
Mhm.
all just like, yeah, that was a little weird. Like it made me kind of uncomfortable that they're bringing out their personal problems in front of us. And like, then we didn't talk about it with them, which is like, ah, yeah, maybe it was just that one night. So then again, we're just hanging out on Saturday night. Now by Saturday night, we were all like, okay, we're tired, we've been drinking like all week, so we didn't do anything big, right?
Mhm.
But Seek and Crayon were already like wasted by this time. And of course they do hot seat. Like me personally, I wasn't feeling it anymore. I was just tired. I wanted to like do my own thing, hang out and like with other friends, and just like have a chill ass night and not drink as much. I drink a little bit, but not that much. So I would just like pop in and pop out, right?
Mhm.
And that's when like Crayon was all like freaking out. It's like, oh, it's his birthday. You guys are supposed to be celebrating it, and just being like really fucking pushy. Like she went into her server and made like this big old thing. Like she was upset with everybody that like nobody really tried to be there for Seek, whatever, her fucking husband.
Uh-huh.
And we were all like, what do you mean? We've literally been like celebrating all week. We had a big ass blowout on Wednesday. Like, why are you complaining that Saturday, God forbid, we're not doing anything, you know?
Right.
Or like it's not as big, like not a lot of people came because we had already been celebrating it. And she just started being pushy with everybody. And then literally Sunday, the next day, we were just like, you know what, we're fucking done with that. Like we wanted to confront them about it, and like they kind of didn't own up to it. Like they were just like, oh, we don't do that. Like it was just stupid, honestly. But that's kind of where that situation would Seek happen in his birthday, where they just started acting like really entitled. Even
Mhm.
Seek started acting upset that we didn't celebrate on his actual birthday. And the crazy thing is that we did. We might have celebrated on Wednesday, which wasn't his actual birthday, but they all gave us the impression that Wednesday was his actual birthday. And so when we celebrated it, we were like thinking like, oh, hey, genuinely, this is your birthday. But then the Crane comes out and I was like, no, no, Saturday's his actual birthday. And we're like, what the fuck? Like,
Wow.
and so she decides that because it's his actual birthday, that they're going to be entitled little bitches and get upset and be pushy with everybody because we didn't celebrate it on his actual day, even though we already did basically all week and on Wednesday. And that kind of rubbed everybody the wrong fucking way.
Right. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. He should be like happy about that because you've got groups that won't even do it for a whole week, let alone even the day of the birthday. And y'all just went ham into it, had a blast.
Yeah, and like that's what I'm saying. On the Wednesday, like that's what I'm saying. Like that one was probably the most fun we had because there was like a lot of people. We did a whole bunch of random things. Like, I mean, like I can't even go into super some of the details because it was just like downright like just adult fun for the most part. But like
Mhm.
without it being like weird or sexual, but like just like regular adult fun and people drinking and just being stupid. And that was actually a fun night. We even took like a group photo that I think Morty has of all of us just like hanging out and like just whatever. But like, yeah, I mean, he should have just took that as because that was his actual celebration, the one that we actually scheduled. Like, just because it's like, I don't know, they just acted really fucking entitled. Both of them did, especially Crayon. Took out her anger on like a lot of people. Like, made like this big old like message that she ended up deleted it on the server because we kind of bitched her out about it.
Oh,
Like we were all like, imagine being so like literally like I didn't care. I remember typing in like, imagine being so entitled that you're upset that your husband didn't get a fucking birthday on his actual birthday, even though we've celebrated her all fucking week. Like,
hmm,
yeah, like
that's
we did
wild.
call her out. Yeah, we did call her out. She did backtrack, and then she started saying that they never did that. Like they just started gaslighting us. That was their behavior towards it.
Does she not know how to like apologize?
No, no. She's never apologized for anything. I'm just gonna be honest about that. At least
Wow.
not to me or anything. Maybe to Morty because they were best friends for a long time, but not to me or not anybody else in the group.
Hmm.
Never.
That's wild.
And that's all we wanted. Literally, when we confronted her, it was like Potato at the time too. Like Potato. I was there. Bunny was there. Shadow was there. G Money, which was just a friend of the group. He wasn't in it, but he was there. Like
Mhm.
just Boogie was there, and all we wanted was to confront him, tell him like, "Hey, that was kind of fucked up." And all we wanted was her to apologize, to just be like, "You know what? You're right. Like, we shouldn't drink as much around you guys. So if we have problems like that, we'll just get off." And like we're sorry about that. Like that's all we fucking wanted. But they didn't do that. All she did was gaslight us and tell us that she didn't do it and that she didn't know what the fuck we were talking about.
Fuck.
Yeah. And see, it'd be different if it was just me coming up with this, but like literally the people that are there, I can like they can literally say like, yeah. And it's on the files. Like we all like testified on the same thing. It's not
Hmm.
like one person a thing. Like, that's different. That's more of a he said, she said. But when you have a group of people, like 7, 8 people telling you the same thing, like this is like a come to Jesus fucking meeting. Like Jesus, like, like, hey, you should fess up. Like just own it.
Right. Just admit that you're wrong. It's better to admit that you're wrong than to pretend that it never happened because then that's just like way worse. Now we're back and we're going to finish reading these messages. So we have top photo, group chat, and then the bottom one is the heads chat. So in the group chat, she says, "Where the F is everyone? Main lobby. Well, everyone split off. Everyone's espresso depresso. We're supposed to be having fun. No one is in the lobby other than being split off into rooms separated. Kind of aggravating when it's Zeke's night." And then from the heads chat, and this is where she's messaging, I believe this is Shortcake. Yeah, this is Shortcake. She said, "Can I ask you, can I just say something? What's up? Tonight didn't go as planned, which made me upset seeing Zeke like that. I understood people were upset. It's just that he's my husband. It hurt me. That's why I'm aggravated with tonight." Shortcake says, "That's understandable, and we were there for him when he was having a moment. We couldn't control how things happen all the time, but you know damn well when something is wrong, we are there for him. But we also have to tend to our other friends." Agreed. Which I understand, but from my point of view, it's different. I love y'all. Y'all know that. I want to voice my thoughts. Shadow was going along dealing with stuff. We was there for him tomorrow. We can have a game day. So now we're going down this. This was something we thought was weird as well as very disrespectful. Corinne had split off from the group that night too when we were all chilling in a room before sending those messages. After Zeke's actual birthday, which we were a bit upset at the fact that none of us knew his actual birthday, which, just like said in the conversation, They had partied for like a week celebrating this guy's birthday. Be happy that it happened. Some people don't even get to celebrate their birthday or even have people willing to celebrate their birthday. And you had friends that celebrated your birthday for the whole week? That's amazing. Why are you being upset about it? Shortcake and some of the members of PLT decided to hold a small meeting with Corinne to vent out their feelings. However, this case backfired due to a lack of accountability of Corinne's in saying, I don't understand what you're talking about or how so, deflecting the problems we were coming to her about. Corinne would make others uncomfortable with her marriage problems during drinking nights as well, and when it was brought up, it was completely deflected. So I've been in a marriage. It was a crappy marriage. I only told like maybe 2 or 3 people things that was going on in our marriage, but I wouldn't tell everybody about it because it wasn't everybody's business. I get trying to like get support and like see what you should probably do about it if there's issues, but I don't think like a whole group needs to know. Like very close friends. After a while, one of the members of PLT who helped out majorly was done with the drama and decided to leave, causing Shortcake to say in a VC call, Corinne's got to go, and having one of PLT's head staff kick her from PLT. However, while saying that, Shortcake told us she wanted us to pretend like she had no part in it and manipulated us into doing just that. So she didn't even have to take the full blame when she said it herself. Here's my thing. Like, I get if you're the owner of the club and stuff like that, you shouldn't be having other people basically do your dirty work. I know how frustrating and how upset it can be, but like even with my server, the way I run it is you get 3 chances. And depending on like what you say or do could be an instant ban. And I have no problem with banning people. I'm looking out for my community and wanting to make sure my community is taken care of. So now we have down below, the link is a video/audio recording of Corinne's meltdown after being kicked from PLT due to several reasons, having an argument with her now ex-best friend prior. All right, so we're going to listen to the conversation from Corinne and the group that she was in, that she got kicked from.
Why the fuck was I kicked out of PLT?
You're not gonna come in here and talk to us like that.
All right, well, you're gonna listen then. If you want your question answered, you're gonna stop talking and you're gonna listen. You were kicked because of the amount of drama you've caused.
How
Not even just personal drama, but
shit.
drama throughout the server. You were on a power trip, whether you want to admit it or not. You acted like you ran PLT. You've acted like you've ran PLT.
That is absolutely not fucking true. First of all,
so how is it not true?
I put money into that fucking shit.
We all did.
Money. I spent over $100 fucking dollars on that shit.
You're not the only one. We've all done that. Fated's done it. I've done it. Shortcake's done it. Potato's done it. Bunny's done it.
Okay, but I'm kicked out just like that. When y'all gave clothes,
we have had multiple. Really? You started. Okay, let's start here. Didi. After we warned you about Didi, the thing you did with him, flexing your followers, we warned you about that because that's PLT related. Considering you said PLT doesn't need his help because I have this many followers, so you stated PLT. That becomes drama for us.
He got into PLT, so that
doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's still a part of it because you used PLT.
Yeah, even if she's saying that it was before PLT, it still looks bad though, because that could have been a potential collab.
That has nothing to do with PLT.
It does. It was for the collab that we could have had with VCH that you could have ruined.
That was a conversation between me and him. Nobody else.
You could have ruined a collab that we could have had in the future. Do you not hear what I'm talking about? That's a PLT problem.
Okay, but regardless, this has nothing to do with what's going on right now. The fact that I did not cause no fucking drama.
That's strike one.
This drama between me and Morty has nothing to do with fucking PLT.
That's not the actual drama part. So that drinking night, right? That was a PLT event.
Actually,
Drama
no,
came
that
out of it.
wasn't. That was not a PLT event. That was Zach's birthday bash.
Yes, it was.
No, the fuck it wasn't. That was
It was a
Zach's
PLT
birthday
event.
bash. We
You
just
even
used
said it was a PLT event.
for the fucking group. It was a group
And
plus.
that is considered a PLT event because it's using PLT. Do you understand? Just because it's not directed towards it, if PLT is involved, it counts as PLT. You use there's common sense in that. Come on, please.
Okay, but you as a person have no right to fucking kick me out by yourself. That is a group decision, not just fucking you.
Shortcake wasn't involved with it, but it was a group decision. It was already unanimous, even if Shortcake wasn't involved.
No, it's only supposed to be between the heads. Not everybody else.
No,
yes,
it's
we did
between
fucking
the
agree
entire
on that.
group.
We did
It's
agree on
between
that
the
when we
group.
first made the group.
No, because you even said we needed to make it a group decision.
Yes, as fucking heads.
No,
As
you
heads.
said a group decision. Plus, I'm going to say this as well. Potato's ahead too. Bunny's ahead as well. So even if...
Okay, y'all made the decision without fucking Shortcake. The fact that Shortcake
But the
is
thing
getting...
was...
No. Fuck up, Shadow. Shut the fuck up. Shortcake is just getting overwhelmed because of this. She had nothing to do with it. That's the sad fucking part.
Why are you talking over everybody?
Already... Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about, Krayon. You get mad that I talk over you, but you're sitting here consistently talking over me.
Which I have every right to be fucking heated.
Okay, let me go back. Actually, let me real quick. Hold on a second. Because the poster that was made for... Because you wanted Faded to make a poster for that, correct? For that drinking night. Why? So why did you tell him to add the PLT logo? If it wasn't PLT?
No, that was Shortcake's idea, not mine.
Was it Shortcake's idea?
Yes, we literally all fucking spoke about it together as a fucking group.
Shortcake, is this true?
Wait, what?
Were you the reason that the PLT logo was put on the poster?
For what poster?
The drinking night poster for Zach's birthday bash.
I wasn't here for that.
Bingo.
I was on vacation.
Fucking VC, literally.
I was in VC, but I wasn't there for that because I would say I was there for that. I wasn't there. I didn't find out. I didn't. Wait. I didn't find out about Zach's birthday until like the whole birthday bash until after the poster was made.
Okay, I'm gonna finish this conversation with Shadow because I'm unleashing everything and I'm fucking pissed, which I have every right to be. When y'all gave Chloe so many fucking chances when we were close to kicking her out for actually breaking the fucking rules. I did not break any fucking rules.
Drama. Krayon, you've hit 3 strikes. We've given you many chances. And I can put you can ask Potato. Potato, how many chances have we given her?
Lots.
Too many.
Oh, power trip. You want to talk about power trip? Look who's fucking power tripping, just kicking me.
I'm not on a power trip. I'm doing what's good for the morality of PLT because you can definitely tell everyone's vibe has changed, including mine.
That doesn't fucking matter. The fact that you're the one that's on a fucking power trip.
It's not a power trip.
All because of drama
between
between me and Morty that has nothing to do with PLT.
That's not what this is about. It's just drama in general. You are a drama starter. It has happened constant. It's not even about the Morty situation. I could care less about the Morty situation. It's before that too. So I don't understand why you're stuck on this Morty thing because it's not it. That's not what I'm worried about. I could care less what's going on between you and Morty. That's personal. I don't care. That's not anything to do with PLT. It's the things that have happened that have pertained to PLT that you have done. When the name of PLT gets involved, it is a PLT issue. It no longer is a personal issue. But you're not understanding that. That's the problem. You think it's a personal issue, but it's not. When PLT gets brought up, whether you think it's a personal or not, it instantly becomes our problem because now we're all involved, even if you didn't mean to.
First of all, you want to say that I'm talking shit? That I was talking shit on Morty when I wasn't? I stated that very fucking clear that I was not talking shit.
Kren, you were, and so was I.
No,
and I told Morty that. I told Morty that I was talking. But why are we talking about Morty? This doesn't pertain.
You would fucking know.
This doesn't pertain to Morty, so why are we talking about Morty?
Because I'm coming to you because you threw me under the fucking bus saying I was talking shit, but when I wasn't. Talking shit would be like, oh, she's a fucking horrible person. I was not fucking talking shit.
You were, though. You were talking about her not making your avatar, and you were pissed about that. And by the way, it was only a week of her having the avatar that you wanted her to make, which is impossible to make in a week. Just saying. You can ask Bunny that one as an Avi creator as well, just for reassurance and backup on that one. But
yeah.
Also,
I literally told her to take her fucking time with that.
Yeah, but you were still upset about it that night. I still remember it very clearly. You were super upset that she has not even touched your Evie. So, like, that's not, no offense, but, like, that's not even possible to happen in a week. It's not going to, and you can wait on that. But again, like I said, Morty and you does not pertain to why you were kicked from PLT. So if you want to continue talking about that, thinking that's the reason you were kicked, it's not. You were kicked for just, for 3 strikes.
Bullshit.
Being in drama. 3 different occasions during PLT, for PLT stuff. That's how it is. We are following the rules. You knew the rules beforehand. You were the one that helped make the rules, and then you broke them 3 times. So that's not my fault. I'm just doing exactly what I'm supposed to do as a head and getting rid of problems that are breaking rules. That is my job. It's not a power trip. If it was a power trip, I would have kicked you the first time it happened. No, I gave you 3 strikes. So I don't know what else you want to say, but like that's it.
No, you're on a fucking power trip, Shadow. You're just being a fucking shitty person right now. That's what you are.
Wow. Yeah, no. Here's the thing, and I think a lot of people in the VR chat world don't understand this that well, but there are people that have other lives that does not circle around VR chat constantly. You have people that are not in VR 24/7 every single day, all hours of the day. People do have another life outside of this. So you can't really get upset when you ask someone to do some Avi work for you because they do have their own life. And Avi work does take a while. When it came to my first model that I made in Vroid and using Unity, I think it took me like 2 months, maybe 3, before I was like completely satisfied with it. Avi work is no joke. So now we're gonna scroll down a little bit. This felt very off to some of us later on after we all parted ways from Shortcake and Corinne. It's manipulation at its finest, blaming others while playing victim, acting like she didn't know, yet here it is clear as day. We were all victims of her manipulation and coddled her when she played her pity act. After everything, most of us felt kind of foolish and angry, and it's understandable. Shortcake wanted to play both sides and had a video of her talking to Corinne about the PLT logo on her avatar as it irritated Shortcake for a moment that she was still posting with the logo. We had a contract with PLT members that stated if they had left PLT, they were to remove the logo off of everything. While it wasn't like a legal contract, it still meant as much. No, I totally agree. You know, if you're not a part of that group, club, whatever it is, and you still have that logo, still using it, that is very disrespectful to the club and the members and stuff like that. Remove it. It's out of respect because people don't want to, like, if you're going around running your mouth and stuff like that, people don't want to be associated. And if they see that you're wearing that club logo, they're going to think that you're still with them and they ain't going to want anything to do with that club. Especially Shortcake, since everyone had to sign it, including those of head staff. The screenshot below shows the document was signed by all who were a part of PLT. You have to understand that someone was alone and felt alone, so we went to talk to them. We always ate there for each other. We always ate there for each other? Okay. I understand I'm not trying to single him out, which I'm thankful for y'all coming to him. It just made me upset. I'd rather come to y'all instead of holding it in. Okay, I don't get what the issue then is. Get in a call, please. Hey, let's just wait until tomorrow because she's drunk. Nah, because what I got told is not freaking cool, bro. I want to talk now. Here's the thing. When someone is drunk, they might not even remember. You don't know, like, how drunk they are. Some people don't have the greatest memory when they're drunk. So it's always best to wait until they're sobered up, even if that means waiting until the next day. She needs to learn some patience. Soon after Corinne was called out for it by Shortcake, Shortcake's behavior began to shift. Outbursts about small things, ignoring / shunning out her best friends because they were hanging out without her, which happens. I mean, if you have multiple friends and those friends get along with the other friends of yours, there's going to be times they're going to hang out without you. There's no reason to get upset about it. That's how friendship is. Saying she wasn't about the drama, but would try and insert herself into all of it. Eventually, we all got tired of it. She even tried to beg one of her best friends to save / help her because she was losing people due to her behavior. So this looks like it's another screen recording. Okay, so this looks like it's a screen share between Shortcake and this person called Potato. So now it says, hey, I don't know what I did. What you talking about? Just been distant. I can tell something is off. If I did something, you can tell me. I haven't. That's been you. I went to sleep. Oh, okay. You've been distant, so I just been letting you do your own thing. Earlier, I got off and went to sleep. Can I just... Okay, I can't pause it like that. Let's see. Got off earlier, went to sleep. I don't think I was being distant at all. I was a bit yesterday, just wanted to make sure everything was okay. You have a good night. Yeah, everything is fine. Good night. Why you leave the chats? Like, I get you guys want to talk things out, but yesterday I didn't want to talk. I was keeping to myself for one day. And I'm gonna let it just scroll just a little bit more so we can continue reading. So I was keeping to myself for one day. I have nothing against either one of you guys. I just needed a day to myself at all. You're my best friend. I freaking love you. I love both of you, and I'm allowed to feel the way I felt. Shadow unfriended me, so it's clear that he doesn't want to be friends. So if you don't want to be friends anymore too, then that's understandable. Potato, I felt like my heart got ripped out of my chest. You went silent on me for 3 days and left me in the dark about what was going on. If it wasn't for Shadow, I wouldn't have known you were mad. We're gonna scroll up we're gonna let them scroll up. Mad, and I don't blame him. You shunned him out for no reason either. I don't appreciate being painted as a bad guy when I did nothing wrong. I'm allowed to have my own friends too. It wasn't 3 days that I went silent. I joined you on Wednesday, but I was just on a therapy call and I was talking to you. No one ever painted you to be the bad guy because I can show you exactly how the messages went, because he even said that you've been distanced. I went 1 day without talking to anyone, so don't say it was 3 days because it really wasn't. I spoke to you earlier that day, and then after that, I stopped talking in general. I'm allowed to be mad. I'm not gonna invalidate the way I felt because as soon as I joined, I instantly was told to not go in the room. Potato, please help me. You're my best friend, and I don't want to lose Boogie, and he just added me only because I got overwhelmed and I let all my thoughts get to the way of how I was acting, and I don't want to lose him or Shadow or you. Let's see. Most of us left peacefully. However, this didn't settle with Shortcake, causing her to go back to Corinne, even though she would call her a pick-me, talk crap behind her back, basically manipulated her into being wrapped around her finger, saying how she was toxic, yet went crawling back once everyone left. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna say. From reading the docu and stuff like that, she Shortcake is using Corinne. Not gonna lie. Like, Corinne has her own thing. She needs to learn patience. She's still got some growing to do. Everybody has growing to do. No matter what. Doesn't matter how old you get. There's always new things that you can learn. But for Shortcake to go back to Corinne after, like, basically getting her kicked, or not getting her, but basically having her kicked, not being friends with her, but then to go crying to her, basically, it is freaking wild. And I believe the reason why she does that is because she knows Corinne's gonna follow her. She knows Corinne can be manipulated by her. And that's what I'm saying. I feel like Corinne's a victim and Shortcake is gonna keep using her. So let's see, where were we? Saying how she was toxic, went crawling back once everyone left. Since then, they have made posts about the former members saying they hate us because they aren't us, when most of us from PLT have never been better. However, due to this, it has caused us to make this blacklist to warn others about their behavior before they manipulate others. Group of the video chat that some of us were brought into, and then it'll go into like Shortcake's blacklist. And I'm just gonna cut off the bottom piece where the messages would go so we can see this. All right, this is ML added to Shadow. Oh, the group with Shadow and Zeke and all them. Okay. So let me remind you one more time. Everything that Shortcake has said in the messages to everyone else, we talked every day. She tells me a lot of things. She puts me in my place. She checks up on me when no one else has. Shortcake is the most realistic person. She doesn't talk crap behind people's back. It's not our fault y'all got burnt or butthurt over a post. That's when ML says, twin, go ahead. And then ML added faded. Shadow goes, braha nana. Then ML adds potato. So Corinne says, the two most fakest people you'll ever meet. My name was brought up. You funny. So that's why I'm here. I didn't bring it up. Corinne did, all because of a post. If me and my game pull up, ha ha ha. Oh wow, we're so scared. Boo-hoo, cry me a river. Now you started with faded girly pop, threw my name into the mix of it along with Shadow. I asked him one question. He brought up everything else. I can send screenshots. Boo-boo. You guys can have fun with this because I haven't talked about anyone. Baha. I asked him why he removed me off of VR chat. That's all I asked. Shortcake, you made this GC. Now you want to leave? I'm not leaving. Corinne adds her husband. I said what I said. You read it. And then Shadow says, shut the F up. Y'all two-face. This one I'm going to have to like kind of censor. Shut the F up, y'all two-face, butt attention seek, fat freak, breathing, toe sucking, blah, blah, blah. I don't give a F about, but anything y'all gotta say. Shortcake, you mad over the fact we didn't invite you for one day and you got all depressed, like what me and Potato can't have friends and Corinne Lion F, but bitch. Censoring is not my forte. You love drama, starting and talking shit, using any way possible to clout chase. I might as well stop trying to censor this because I can't do it that well. I didn't say shit wrong. Popcorn. Flipping burgers with one hand. SpongeBob up in this bitch. Like, nah, hold up. I'm hurt. A bitch, y'all hurt over a post. It had nothing to do with the post, haha. I don't give a fuck about no drama post, lol. Thank you, Corinne, for introducing me to the most realistic motherfuckers. It made you stand out. I didn't message anyone but Faded asking why he removed me. That's a stupid question, don't you think? And you got snickery with him. Y'all not real though. Y'all are literally the most fakest people on VR chat. Take one to know one. So y'all defending him? Aw, how cute. I told you why you didn't like that. Then called me a liar. Laughed my ass off. Over what? I was telling you exactly what was said and literally everyone that was there when it was happening can vouch. I never said anything about Morty in a negative way. In fact, the only one actually trying to go and fix things between the two was me. But you just want to wipe your hands clean like you don't own up to anything. Why did it bruise your little virtual ego? Why did it hurt your tiny little heart? That's cute. Probably she's a clout chasing bitch. Talk all the shit y'all want. I'm laughing at y'all. Y'all just want to be relevant. Who the fuck gave a shit about relevancy? LOL. You could have put it behind you guys, but you decided, oh, hey, no more drama. I'm gonna start more. Last time we checked, no one started shit. We just want to be relevant. Yeah, I was minding my biz, not a care in the world. Fucking coffee tasted great, but you were bent on me deleting you. Like, isn't it obvious? You the biggest clout chaser, I know. Ruined his coffee, man. Clout chasing. How dare you? You for real, Gua. That was said between Faded and I. That was between us two. But had to run his little bitch ass mouth off and started shit. So again, who started shit? If you guys make a video, make sure to include my VR chat account and TikTok so I can be a star. Like, not gonna lie, but like, if you're willing to like make a post about someone, basically calling them out or whatnot, even if it's like a group, tag the TikTok, tag the Instagram, tag whatever, so we can see what it is. Let's see, TikTok so I can be a star. I'll wait. Running his mouth, that's all you want to do, but it's wrong when we do now. I'm sorry, but if you're one of those people that's like, oh, I'm the only one that can say or do this, anyone else that does it or says it is wrong, you got a problem. You have the problem. Because you had everyone's name in your mouth. Clout chasing has a nice taste in your mouth. Okay. Hell yeah, lie some more. That's what you like to do. Like we said, take it how you want. We posted a vid. Y'all got butt hurt. Because you started again, like I told you, why I deleted you. You didn't like what I said because you can't own up to anything. Then proceed to call me a liar on things I know you know aren't. Like, literally, other people were there that can vouch and say I didn't, but you can't even own that. So pardon me for deleting someone who, didn't want anything to do with. I don't see a problem with that. Everyone has a right to protect their own peace. So, like, if you're just blocking someone because they're, like, drama stars or whatnot, that's not a problem. Oh yeah, God forbid you do that. You're hell-bent on this video, that. Oh, and then it looks like she's got screenshots. Unless these screenshots are in the doc. Oh, wait, here we go. She did click on it. They clicked on it, sorry. My bad. You told Morty I was talking shit about her. Literally, there's like 3 people telling her I didn't, including Shadow. But like, why tell her something I didn't do? LMAO, BS, save your pity ass lies for someone else. That's what Morty told me you told her. It isn't lies though. Even Shadow can vouch I never did. It's still the fact you gotta remove me. Oh, if you're causing issues, there's not a problem for someone to remove you. Because you're not a good person, you don't or haven't owned up to anything you did to everyone. This isn't a me and you thing. Multiple people had issues. I was the one that defended you on something until I could. Until I could or couldn't. I think it's gonna be couldn't, but the little thingy's right there. I'm the least of the people that had a problem at all. Had it only been one person, sure, they're just upset. But when multiple people have an issue, it is no longer a them thing, but you thing. And if you can't see that, I cannot help you. Like, dig deep. Nah, prove my point. No, you didn't. Just wait and see, content is coming. So right there is like proving that she's just gonna put them on blast. She's just gonna keep making content about her ex-friends, I guess you can say, because you want to be petty and live in the drama. And then I guess this is part of the group chat still, but this is the screenshots, but this is part of the group chat thingy that they have. We literally recorded everything and conversations we had with you and screenshots. BS. Sure, bring content. We do ask Shortcake or Potato or Shadow, literally anyone, but you're literally the one that was being two-faced towards Shortcake. But okay. How are you in this much denial? Literally, but okay. How are you? Denial. Keep lying to yourself. I wasn't, but okay. Talking about me asking her one thing. Also, I had nothing to do with the fallout between her and Potato and Shadow. She caused that on her own. I wasn't even around. because she wanted a her day. She didn't cause shit. That's not on me though. I have nothing to do with that. Literally, all I know is she treated her friend poorly and they couldn't stand for it anymore. I wasn't part of that. Please explain how Shortcake having a day to herself, treating her friend poorly, just pathetic excuse. What's pathetic is that you're worried and bent about me. I don't know. Then all the real issues you cause with everyone else. This is not a me thing. Like, I'm a crumb to the size of this pie you cooked. Yeah, okay. You're not even defending it like, yeah, it doesn't erase what you did. How delusional and narcissistic must you be? And then I guess that's when she blocked him. Either she blocked him or he blocked her. It should be switching back. So who started shit? I'll wait. Aw, I brought her about some fuck-ass video, lol. You realize those screenshots make you look bad, right? You sending them screenshots of things I already showed them. We already saw, dude, hence why I messaged you. You want to know who started it all? You. LMAO, I told you what I'm telling you now. They did make Faded look bad. They make you look bad. Like, what's that supposed to prove? I didn't bring anyone up but him. You ego way too high right now. Holy TV, not to me. Like, you literally evaded the fact other people can vouch. I never said anything, and you deflect with, you deleted me. And then she says, I didn't bring anyone's name up. That's not the point, though. That is not the point. Like, what the fuck does that gotta do with the price of rice in China? So I didn't start shit. You brought all them up to me when no one was on about them. Go reread the fucking messages. Sorry, busy. I didn't bring anyone up. Faded did. Nah. Y'all act like y'all hate drama, but yet y'all keep egging it on. Come on now. So fucking childish. You know what? I take it back. You're a bitch. He brought it up. He has vouches. Like, the fuck wrong with that? I mean, if people can vouch for you, there's nothing wrong with that. Here we are again. But yeah, you said you didn't like Morty. Corinne finding another way to blame anyone else but herself. I brought up that you treated others like shit, which is true. Thought up that I was the least involved in a lot of things and issues others had with you, which is true, yet you're stuck on this I'm not sure. Then through train, oh my god. I'm sorry, I'm having issues. Yet you're stuck on this holler, then through train, and I'm like, why? Like, just fucking own it, goddamn. He don't know me. He told her that to her face, and I told that to her face. No, he didn't. He said it only to me. Nah, he did. Hey, Morty. No, the fuck he didn't. Yes, he did. Oh my god. Didn't I speak my mind to you, twin? Yes, twin. See, wow, that's crazy. So what now, Corinne? She got quiet. Y'all stuck up on y'all's own asses. Y'all stuck up bitches for real. Y'all, thank you. Bro, yet you can't even admit your shit. Like, the narcissism is fucking insane. You must be looking at a mirror. Feel bad for Zach. Like, oh my god. Oh, I didn't. Oh, I can screenshot me and Morty's convo. Same, I feel bad for him as well. Don't bring my husband into this. The fuck? Y'all fucking weird for that. OMG, I had to. You added him to the group chat. He's literally just sitting there and eating popcorn. Oh, wow. He's just reading the whole thing. He's just sitting there. Facts, so he can watch. See, he's a watcher. Always dragging him in. LOL. We know he loves to watch. You literally add him to the VCGC. Y'all love drama, don't y'all? No, that's you. Bro, you're the one that messaged me asking why I deleted your. I told you, then you didn't like the answer, and she gave you attitude. Okay, and I didn't start shit. Like, how the fuck is that on me? Y'all mad for real, over a video. Well, because, like, if you're gonna sit there and call people out, don't try to deny or be narcissistic or anything like that when they come at you and like, bro, what the fuck is going on? Like, she is not holding herself accountable for this. I've never watched the video or a video, like, I genuinely don't care to. Congratulations, welcome to the shit show club of fake ass bitches who don't get their way. Where's Shortcake? I don't even follow your content or anything. Shortcake, you gonna defend her? Oh yeah, I don't even think Shortcake's really talked in this. She's in the group. Why are you so worried you ain't her best friend anymore? But why isn't Shortcake trying to speak up? Why isn't she trying to defend you? Even though, like, trying to defend you, sorry, but it's not really gonna look good. But if that's supposed to be your friend, why isn't she speaking up? Oh yeah, because she wants you to take all the blame and not have anyone come after her. Like I said before, Corinne, I see you as the victim. You are being manipulated. And, like, it wouldn't surprise me if you tried leaving the friendship and then Shortcake, like, drops all the dirt about you. Like, everybody has dirt on them. But my thing is, like, is it worth it? Is it worth it to keep being friends with someone that isn't gonna try to, like, defend you or really be there for you? Oh, why are you so worried you ain't her best friend anymore? When we all went our separate ways, I distanced myself, and to be honest, life has been fucking amazing. Where is Shortcake on your side now? Because she made a group chat, numbnuts. It's specific to only talk to you, Morty, no one else. You know, when you asked if there was a group chat about you after we left the other one, there was. But y'all was talking about them, so I invited them to the party. Yeah, it was called the cookout. Shortcake made it. We all talked shit because we didn't like how you acted and treated us. There, I said it. And yes, that included Shortcake. But yet Shortcake and I are sitting on the phone. If y'all are sitting on the phone together, why isn't she in the chat trying to be there for you? Like, that don't make any sense. Like, everybody's gonna talk shit about everybody. That's a given. Especially if you do something to upset them and they've, like, tried talking to you about it and you're just like, nah, I don't see anything wrong. Yes, they're gonna talk shit about you. Sitting on phone. So made the GC and ran. Got it. Yeah, that's how it looks. Goes to show who's actually the realist. Right, for sure. Look up the words that you're using because you make no sense. She doesn't understand some words, just gotta show with it. LOL. Y'all got nothing else to talk about. Tell her to come back to the group chat. We need to hear her side. The fuck, I ain't gonna tell her shit. She is using you, Corinne. She is using you. Really, because you love running your mouth to her about anything else. She had you on speaker that day you got kicked, you know? So all of us heard. It doesn't matter who's on the phone. Point is, Shortcake was also involved in talking shit like the rest of us, but we allow her to paint it as if she wasn't. There's nothing to hide. We didn't like you acted with us on several occasions, and when we did try to bring shit to light, you deflected all of it. Just like you're doing now. Like I said, if I acted some type of way, Shortcake has always called me out. Like I said, she's the real one out of all y'all. She talked shit about you too. That's not real. You're on a virtual reality game. How's that real? Yeah, but when we all sat with you in the Opti and made you realize all I did was goof and had nothing negative to say because the main issue was everyone else, the things I said were because it was a problem that was witnessed by everyone, yet you deflected all of it. You're her bitch, dude. Everybody talks shit about everybody. Are y'all dumb? That's fucking human. You literally can't tell me 10 people are lying when they witnessed it. You're disgusting. Y'all are weird as fuck for being mad. I'm not mad, but it was okay when you crashed out, right? No one gives a shit, just you. You was the one who kept going. If Faded was so two-faced, why did you care if he unadded you? You was the one trying to start shit. Yes, make it make sense. Oh, sorry. Like I said, I don't give a fuck. Was drinking some good ass coffee, not a drama in sight. You asked why I deleted you, which, no offense, it was pretty fucking obvious. You didn't like the answer, even though it's true, and you can't own anything. Do I need to slow it down? Bro, I'm saying. For real, remember her little ego is bruised, I can tell. Alright, so that finishes Corinne's blacklist. So now we are moving on to Shortcake's blacklist, which again, here's like her Discord, here's her Instagram, her VR chat username. Alright, plagiarism. Shortcake, alongside Corinne, decided to start up PLT again. It came to the attention that they were still using a logo that was made by a ex-member of PLT. Said ex-member was no longer comfortable with them using any of the work that they had made for PLT in the past. Understandable. Someone reached out about the logo still being used. Shortcake replied, "The chain is based off the logo, so maybe I'll see what I can do." They are now using a logo that looks almost exact to the one that was asked to not be used anymore. Which, here are the two. The logo made by ex-member and then their logo. It pretty much looks the same. I mean, I can see some differences because they're trying to say that they're not copying, but you can't tell me it's not. We're going to be switching back to Faded and Immorty, and they're going to go into explaining a little bit more of the PLT logo stuff, where she was trying to copy your logo design that you had created. Like, was that before or after they like got ticked off because you wouldn't let them have the logo?
They continued to post with my logo, even though I told them that they couldn't use it. And I think Sucky Bunny and even I think Morty even reached out to them to like drop it, to like stop using it. Even though they knew from me directly the first time that they couldn't use it. They continued to use it for a little while. So that's where that came from.
Okay.
And I think eventually Morty told them not to, told them that like I don't know what you told them, if I, to be honest with you, but I know you said something to him, right, baby?
Yeah, and then after they were told to stop using it, they started to like try and copy the one that he made.
But of course, I can't just copy it because mine was an original. Theirs is just like random font from Canva or something.
Now, is PLT still a thing? Like, are y'all still part of the club, or has it
No,
disbanded?
Fuck no.
well, okay, so
I don't know if it's still around though.
so I do know I do know a little bit of the details on this. So whenever like most of us left after the whole like fallout between like literally all of us between all of us and Krayon and Shortcake. And when I say all of us, I mean like me, Morty. So it's like 8 people at least. Me, Morty, Shadow. Shadow was a founding member. Suck You Bunny was a founding member. Didi, which was another content creator. Vamp, like just like they literally like 8 people left all in like the span of 2 days. So they obviously kind of like paused like the account and just like the group, but then they restarted it recently with apparently new members. And I don't know if they're active. I don't know if they're doing anything. I really don't care, mostly because I blocked their account and shit. So, but that's what I know. And the reason I know that is because they still wanted to use my logo and my banner and pretty much everything I created. And like, I guess I was being petty, but I told them they couldn't use it because I mean that's my rights. That's my creative rights. So I was
Right.
just like, nah, you can't use it. So like, yeah. And then of course they got upset and like even Crayon made like a simple Canva poster. Like she used Canva. Like I use so like okay, a little backstory. I'm a professional designer and developer, right?
Oh, okay.
So like I use real tools like Photoshop, Adobe Cloud products, all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like Crayon would just be like on Canva making a little font with a little poster and being like, "Oh, see, it took Faded like a whole day, but I did it in 10 seconds." And I'm like, "Bro, it's
There's a
not the same."
difference. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, "It's not the same." Like I made custom shit. It's not the same. It like my like I could literally pull like I can if I could literally pull like the fucking like watermark on those like designs that I made.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, what are you talking about?
Right.
But yeah, I told them that they couldn't. They got pissed, and then so yeah, they started being a little bit petty. But I do know that they restarted PLT.
Oh. So, like, wait, she didn't even, like, offer to, like, buy it from you or anything like that either?
No, no,
Wow. I
no.
mean
They could have though. Yeah, I mean, like they did pay me for my services, but it wasn't for the logo or anything like that. It was just because I ended up having to edit. Like, so every time there was a new member, we would do like photo shoots for each one of them.
mhm,
And I would pretty much take the photos for them, or or if they took a photo for themselves or whatever, I would request that it would just be green screen, so that way I can work on like putting like a background and like edits and like all this stuff, right?
right.
Let me see if I can find like an old one. I don't have an old one, fuck, because I deleted anything to do with PLT. But but it doesn't matter. But yeah, like they paid me for their posters because I ended up having to do like at one point like 12 total, and then I did do a banner,
Mhm,
but it was just because like I told them that they didn't have to pay me, just credit me on like Instagram or whatever.
right.
So
I have
like
screenshots of them like
they
redoing
like
their posters.
yeah, but like honestly, Shadow's really the only one that ever tipped me. Shadow and like I think Brawley tipped me, and then somebody else tipped me. But like I don't know, it wasn't like that much. I think altogether after they tipped me and stuff, and I told them they didn't have to pay me, was like $200. But that was like
Oh,
for doing like everything I did.
well, still, I
Yeah.
mean,
But
that's
that didn't include like me saying like yeah, hey, you get to keep everything. Like that was just like random tipping. That's nothing to do
mhm,
with buying the actual service. So
right. My thing is though, like instead of Corinne and Shortcake getting mad and throwing a fit and trying to cause drama, they could have offered to like buy the logo and stuff like that from
on it,
you.
yeah, honestly, that. But see, I didn't want anything to do with them, and like I had my like the taste from like being in that group and the drama. Like honestly, I met some really amazing friends from it. Like I am grateful for it. Like the people that left, I'm still friends with now
Mhm.
for the most part. But it's really just them. Like I just my like the taste was so fucking sour from just dealing with like shortcake and crayons bullshit. Like I didn't want to do anything for them. Okay, look, she posted it in the chat right now.
I see it.
So like if you see like the PLT that's custom there, like everything about it. Like so I made posters like that.
Dude, that's badass. I like that. You
Yeah.
do a good
So
job.
and see like now look at crayons, which it's not even the
Oh,
same.
yeah, that's not the same.
Yeah, that's all she did was just do like a cutout, like green screen cutout, and then just put
And
it through
then
Canva.
she posted like hold on. She posted something on her story this a few days after she did those remakes, like directed at him.
Oh no. It's crazy how we ask you to make one poster and it takes you a week to 2 weeks to make them, but when I get asked to make them, they get done instantly. I did 9 posters in less than 2 hours. Yeah, but it's not comparable to what you did.
No, it's not like like and the crazy thing is that like every single one, like every person was actually personalized. Like they didn't all look the same exactly. Like it's not like I just copy pasted the background and then just added on there. Like I took my time, like actually like making every single one like stand out in their own way, and everybody had their own different pose and everything.
Like,
And you could tell crayons was just literally copy paste and then added the letters, copy paste added like same background, copy
mhm.
paste added the letters. Like so, I'm like, bro.
Was it kind of just like both of them starting drama, or one would start the drama and the other one would like back them up?
Well, here's the thing, like so Shortcake has a like a habit of like using her friends to like do her dirty work for her. So
Mm.
sometimes Shortcake would start the drama and be all petty and shit, but then like make like for instance, like whenever we kicked the Crayon out the first time, she made Shadow do it. She was like, "Oh well, I don't want to do it. I don't know. I feel weird." Like, but she was the main instigator in all of it. She was the one talking shit. She was the one pretty much riling us all together against Crayon the first time. Like, and we have proof of that. Like, we have proof of her like actually talking shit about it, like in DMs and VCs. Well, maybe not in VCs, but we in DMs for sure. And then like when it came down to it, we were all in VC and she was like, "Oh, well, I'm just gonna kick like, I was like, hey, like Shadow, will you do it? You have the power, blah blah blah. Like, can you just kick her?" And it's like, oh, just like I'm just like so stressed out. Like she would just make it like that. But that's
Mhm.
just how she is. She uses her friends to do her dirty work.
So she starts it, but she has to have her friends to finish it too.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah,
So
like she
yeah.
can't take accountability for shit.
Yeah, exactly. So this was mine.
Oh, geez. Very nice.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like she's over here, well, I did the same thing in like 2 hours. I'm like, yeah, bitch, because all you did was copy paste and nothing custom.
Damn. You do
Yeah,
really good work.
yeah. Thank you, appreciate it. Been doing it for like 8 years, so I mean, I feel like maybe I should be doing good work at that time.
Oh, yeah. Very experienced.
Yeah.
Unlike her with the copy and paste in Canva. I get it, like, especially if you don't have the knowledge how to do it, but you've, like,
No,
literally.
but don't be a bitch about it and be like, oh, I
Right.
could do it in like, come on, bro. It's not the same thing.
Right. You could definitely see it's not the same thing.
Yeah.
So,
Like, I wasn't I don't dog people for using Canva. Like, if you don't have the skills, that's great. Like, you make it work, right? People
mhm.
can make it work. I'm not like over here like saying I'm a high and mighty, like, oh, you suck because you can't do what I do. Like, I'm not comparing myself, but she was, and it's stupid. Like,
Yeah.
it just makes her look even dumber. Like, I don't understand why she would go out and do that.
Right. Okay, so now we are back to shortcake catfishing. I never understand why people do this. The only thing I can think of, the reason why people do this stuff is because they're trying to like get money. Mainly the females trying to get money from the other guys or something. They're always trying to get something out of it. All right, and this is where it's going to be like heavily censored along with the other part. Shortcake has been known to have catfish in the past, as been told in the past by one of her ex-friends. She has even tried to catfish one of our friends before. And then these are the profiles that she was using. So we're going to scroll. And then apparently this is the image of what she actually looks like. We will not sit here and dox her full name, her address, etc. It's not right, and we do not encourage harassment towards anyone who is blacklisted. Agreed. Like, don't go harassing people. If you don't want to be around or see the kind of content or whatever, the content that's created by people like this, just block them. Just scroll on, block them, whatever you gotta do. Just don't harass. And now we're going to be switching back over to Faded and ML so we can get more backstory behind this. Next thing is like the whole catfishing thing. Like, why did she feel the need to do that? Was she trying to get money from people? Just trying to date multiple people? Like, what was up with all that?
I don't know her own reasons specifically. I mean, one can only assume a few things. There's only things that we do actually know.
Uh-huh.
I mean, obviously, people catfish for like a myriad of reasons, self-body issues or self-image issues, whatever,
Mhm.
But I think for her was just like the attention grabbing. She liked to have like multiple men that she would like to do things with or seek out, either for like favors or whatever. And then we found out that she was also using photo. Well, when I say we, I meant Potato found out that she was also using like fake sex accounts to get like money from like guys and stuff. So it just shows that she's just like, I mean, this is what she does. She just catfishes people a little bit.
Mhm.
And of course, she denied that eventually when she got caught on it, she was like, oh, well, I was using my friend's photos, blah, 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 and stuff. But even then, it's still wrong. She's still playing people. Like, you're still catfishing. It doesn't matter if that's your friend photo. Like,
Right.
you're still catfishing. Like, literally doesn't matter. Like, my best friend could be like a supermodel and I use their photo and be like, oh yeah, I'm just using my friend's photo. It's not like that doesn't justify the fact that you're catfishing, is what I'm trying to say.
Right. And that's disrespectful to your friend too.
Yeah, exactly. Especially putting it on like I think the screenshots you have, like she's putting it on like a sex website even. Like just putting her photos out there and stuff. And that's kind of messed up.
Right. Now we are moving on to the use of the VRM models. It has been confirmed by her ex-best friend as well as the guy she used to talk to that the avatars that were uploaded to his account without his knowledge of them being VRM models to be VRM models. So she was uploading VRM models to her boyfriend's account. He has no recollection of receiving a gifted to email as you would when you get gifted an avatar. So whenever anybody gifts you an avatar, If it's through like Jinx, I know it's Jinxie. I don't remember if Gumroad does it or PayHip, but they'll ask for the friend's email. And then that's when you'll get, you know, receiving gifts of whatever the Avi is and stuff like that. She has said she has bought them before, but has been caught scrolling through and picking out avatars with a friend of hers on VRM models. Out of the privacy of the individual, his name will be censored. I gotta be careful because below is the next part. All those avatars besides Noah, which they themselves have bought Noah previously, were not proven to be purchased by Shortcake. If you have evidence of purchase, please message someone about the blacklist. So this is her boyfriend's account. That's the only one that he's purchased, but then all these other ones is what she's put onto his account. So this next part is going to be a long one. This will also be censored too, but this is going off of, for some reason, Shortcake thought it was appropriate to send photos of this one person that had like just turned 18 like a couple months beforehand. But the thing is, you don't know when those photos were taken. So she could have been sending out underage photos to everybody. Chloe's situation / nudes being spread without her consent or knowledge. Chloe was a former member of PLT who will have a blacklist of their own eventually due to lying, using others, etc. You will also hear about this when we switch over to ML and Faded. Reason for being kicked from PLT, cheating and lying to us on several different occasions. However, some who weren't involved in the situation got her nudes without her consent or their consent. This is just one screenshot of the many she sent it to. So this is Shortcake sending these pictures, these images. Don't know who she sent to first, but clothes nudes, something duh, what the F? Why would Sun have nudes of her? Why would Sin have nudes of her? Have you talked to Chloe? No, it's bad. Get here. I'm gonna lose my shit. What? Holy shit. Wait, what do I have to do with it? And then we move on. Involving those who weren't a part of the Chloe situation. So she was also getting other people involved when it didn't really involve them. She said, oh, you don't know yet. She sends a video. Chloe was freshly 18, so when we heard about her nudes being spread, then we had to make a report on it. It doesn't matter who was involved or not. You don't go around spreading another one's nudes. Exactly. It's very inappropriate. She's very childish. Especially of someone who is freshly 18, as well as to others without them wanting it either. So next we have are the messages between Chloe and this person named Sin. What happened? You mute and you walked away. You up? I'm still awake. Hi. Join back in. We almost 20 hours in call. Okay. Join back. Didn't mean to hang up. You home. You in your room, you said. Oh, I was too busy thinking about my avatar and drinking. I will move. Don't worry. I moved, baby. If she does it again, I will block her. Everything is good. Why leave all? Miss call, and a call. You up? Hi, I'm up. Delete any shit you have with me, any pics, text, anything, because the shit I'm finding out about you is crazy and it's not cool. You lied on Moon's name and lied about a whole situation. Don't know what she's talking about. Lied about Moon's whole situation. Yes, pick up. I don't feel like texting. I don't care. I ain't calling you. What are you talking about? I just woke up. Okay. Okay, cool. Chloe, that shit you're telling me doesn't make sense, even though I told you everything. I never lie. That's a lie on itself. Since we send in faces, here's one that describes you. Now get out of here, bro. You've done enough already. If you keep doing that shit, I'm just unadd you. LOL. And then these messages are what got sent to another person. And then this is when Shortcake is sending these images out. Images, screenshots, whichever you want to call it. She sends to Fada, says, join me now. Sin is here. OMAO, Kate, what happened? And then that's when Shortcake sends these images. Faded, Dove, what the fuck? Why would Sin have nudes of her? Have you talked to Chloe? Nah, it's bad. Get here. I'm going to lose my shit. And then she sends it again. What? Holy shit. What do you mean? Wait, what do I have to do with it? Like, there was no reason for her to send out these images, these screenshots, especially considering we don't know what her age was at the time when those photos were taken. But for some reason, Shortcake thought it was appropriate to send out all of these nudes.
Talking about the somewhat nudes from like Chloe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame you on that. I genuinely gagged the first time she sent me that because like I knew that she had just barely turned 18, like maybe like 2-3 months earlier or some shit. And like when she just sent me out of the blue, I was like, what the fuck? Like I didn't even ask for that. Like she could have just been like, oh, she sent so and so nudes, and I would have been like, okay, I believe you. Like you don't have to prove me or show me the nudes.
That's still disturbing on so many levels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, did she ever give a reason on why she was doing it? Like, did Chloe like piss her off or something?
Okay, so
Chloe basically got kicked out for like hopping from man to man throughout the whole time she was in PLT.
Okay, so here's one thing. Okay, so this is actual perfect context. I'm glad you asked this question. So early on when they formed PLT, this rule wasn't quite there just yet, but there was this one. So okay, so like remember how I mentioned that I had the most followers in TikTok and like just in all my accounts to put together, period. So there was this one person that joined like shortly after I joined, maybe like a month or so after I joined. It was like very early on, right? After we started making like the first few videos. And this person was like a serious stalker of mine, apparently. Once we like outed them, apparently that they literally came from like one of my lives. They found the PLT account on Instagram. They joined, they asked to join, they joined. They literally waited it just to like stalk me and stuff. Created this whole like thing around them, kind of like that they were moving, they moved to like the States from like Japan, and that like they with their boyfriend that they broke up, and like she's not like, I don't know, just like this whole random sob story in a way to kind of get close to me. I know it sounds fucking weird, but she admitted to all this. Which is crazy. Yeah, no, I promise you I'm not making any of it up. It's like out of a fucking like movie almost. Anyways, so after that, like Krayon and Shortcake decided to make this rule in PLT that no one is allowed to date within the group. So like, obviously we're a co-ed group, so there's boys and girls, right? But like we're just not allowed to date within each other. We're all supposed to just maintain like platonic relationships or just friendships, right?
Right.
Which like honestly, I didn't give a fuck. I was like, whatever, sure, whatever. I don't care. Like that wasn't even my goal or anything. I was just like, whatever. Now, that wasn't a problem until like certain allegations started coming up, like and I don't know, there was like a small amount of drama that happened. So like for instance, me and Morty, of course, we're dating now, but we weren't dating then, and we didn't even date the entire time that we were in PLT. In fact, like we just became really, really, really good friends, and like Crayon and like other people started being like, oh, they're flirting, they're getting too close, and even Morty, not Morty, sorry, Crayon and Shortcake would come up to me and she's like, "Oh, you let me know if like Morty's getting too close, she's flirting with you." And I was just like, "She's not." Literally, we're just hanging out and just like, being good friends, like whatever, right? Um, but anyways, that kind of was like a little bit of thing, and then it kind of went away a little bit because there was some other drama that she was dealing with. She was dating somebody, and there was a little bit of drama between that, and then she also had like IRL issues going on. So then that kind of went away between her and I for a little bit. But around this time, Shortcake started wanting to talk to someone that was kind of going to be in the group, and she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna make an exception," blah blah blah, which was kind of hypocritical and stupid, but like that's just how she is, right?
Right.
And this is where like most of the drama just started, right? Now, Chloe, she was a member of the group already, and there was a few other members there. Now she had recently turned 18, so she started to stream. She was doing streaming and like hanging out and doing videos and all this stuff, and we were okay with that. Like I was like, whatever. Like I generally don't like to hang out. I mean, I definitely don't hang out with minors, but like
Mhm.
she was nearly 18. I was like, I was okay with her just being around us and hanging out, and for the most part, she was kind of chill. And apparently, it turned out that she was like fucking like one of the members in the group, which I mean, it wasn't like crazy age difference, but it was still like, whatever. So that got found out. And the reason that it got found out was because this male member recorded them ERPing and he sent
Mm,
it to Krayon, which was really fucked up, by the way.
right.
He sent it to like
Sorry. You're
he
fine.
sent it to Krayon and Shortcake, and then Shortcake and then we're like, what the fuck? And they kind of outed her. And he sent Krayon and Shortcake like screenshots of their DMs and with like her sending him like nudes and stuff, right? Now, that's all the proof that they needed to just kick her and be like, "Hey, like what the fuck? Like, you're just because she had a boyfriend too. She already had a boyfriend, but she was fucking with like she was trying to fuck with like two or three other members there. She was definitely fucking with one of them, which he showed the
Oh,
proof.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. Chloe was.
Mm.
So that was enough reason for Shortcake and Crayon to be like, all right, just like kick her. But she
Wasn't there
didn't have.
like another like mishap where like there was shit going on between Chloe and then there was shit going on between Ash, which had nothing to do with PLT, but like that
Oh,
was like a
okay.
few
So
nights
yeah,
before.
but that's unrelated. That was just
Okay.
because Ash was talking shit about Crayon, and Crayon pretty much like threw her under the bus.
I thought that was Chloe.
No, well, Chloe was part of it. Chloe like agreed with it. She also talked shit
Oh,
about Crayon, but but Chloe just threw her under the bus. Pretty much,
yeah.
that's kind of what the drama started. But that's irrelevant to this whole situation. Anyway, so Chloe obviously was like hopping around with like dudes and like European whatever, and like honestly, that's her prerogative. I don't give a fuck. She was cheating on her boyfriend. I also don't give a fuck.
Mhm.
Um, but that kind of like initiated something. So Crayon and Shortcake kicked her out because that was the rule. So right, so like kicked her out. She was kind of like a hummy hopper a little bit, which that didn't fucking matter. It was just the rule, the fact that you can't date or you like do stuff with people in the group, right? So they kicked her out, but the way that they went about it though is that she went and like Shortcake went and showed like several members her nudes, like Morty and me and Suck You, for example, Suck You Bunny, on the files, like went and just showed them like nudes, like just straight up, no context, and we have proof of that. So
Mhm.
that was the part that was unnecessary and uncalled for, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I don't understand. Like, she, from what I've read in the document and from what we've talked about before and all that, she's just like very toxic, and it just seems like she wants to
Yes.
up whoever like pisses her off.
Yep.
Which in that situation, she should have never even like, because Chloe just turned 18.
Yep.
She shouldn't have done
Yep.
anything like that. That could actually get her a charge, I feel like.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, she was just sharing her nudes like that. I mean, and who knows? What if those nudes were before she was 18? Like, we didn't
Exactly.
know. She didn't know. And she was just like, obviously, she was sharing whatever the guy sent her, but she didn't have to share with any of us. Like, she had the power to just kick her and be like, hey, we know this, and then boom. And then all she had to do was just tell us, be like, hey, yeah, we have proof that Chloe was doing XYZ and sending news, blah blah blah. And then that's all we needed. Like we didn't have any
Right.
decision. Like honestly, like me, Morty, like Suck You, even maybe Suck You was more of like an admin, but like me and Morty and like anybody else involved and her sending nudes to, we didn't have any power in that. We were just like members, but we didn't. It wasn't like we had a council meeting and we're just like, all right, we're gonna kick her. It was like whatever. Like we didn't have to do that.
Hmm.
So yeah.
That still blows my mind that Shortcake did that crap. Like,
No, that's it. I mean, like, and like, we really didn't even need proof. Like, all she had to say,
hmm,
not send us on warrant. Like, I didn't even want those photos. Like, that ass. When I talked to Soki about it, I told her that it made me like disgusted because I knew that she just turned 18. And then God knew, like, God forbid, like some of those photos she might have taken when she was 17, because what could stop her? Like nothing,
Right.
because teenagers like that are fucking naive. So
Now we're back and we're going to continue. Small things to add in, talking shit about Corinne and saying how she was trying to get close to other guys while being married, which Corinne did do. There were photos a while ago and we don't have them at this moment. So Shortcake, June 12th of last year. LMAO, are Crash coming back? Tell me how this girl posted about hitting 6K on TikTok, but not post that her man is home. I mean, granted, when it comes to that, maybe she's not including her man on her social medias. I mean, I talk about mine when he comes home from vacation or doing something and he's been gone for a while. Now, I don't post constantly about it though. Like, I don't know. Maybe she has one of those relationships where she likes to keep it a little separated on her social media accounts. I kind of do for the most part. I still like talk about my man on my streams and my TikToks and stuff like that from time to time, just so I don't get weirdos send me messages and trying to flirt with me. Supposedly they're married and he's gonna come back home next week, but she doesn't post anything about him or has anything saying that she's in a relationship. I didn't know if she was in a relationship until recently. And I'm just saying she's consistently sitting so close to the guys and sitting on top of them like now. Yeah, I know, right? That's wild. And it don't help with Corinne coming at me sideways about the message I sent. I joined her this morning when she was still live and she came back at me again, but on live. Bruh, what? Why on live? And this bitch is still singing one of the founders. I guess this is when she got kicked from PLT and she still like sings she's one of the founders of PLT. I don't know, but once I joined, she was like, so who's not promoting PLT? Because I am. I'm the only one that's doing it. Okay, so this was probably while she was still a part of the club, but throwing a fit that others weren't promoting like her. Everybody has their own way of promoting differently. It doesn't all have to be on live either. LOL, me when I go to every world where in with the TikTok and Insta and in my links and on my chat box, but yet she's definitely not the only one. You are as well, like the fuck. I know I'm always talking to people about us. Exactly. She also kept saying that she's famous. So even your best friend, Shortcake, is saying how you're telling people that you're famous. And then this is another conversation about the logo. So this is another spot of the plagiarism. Forgot to put these in. Please refer to the plagiarism section. So these were actually supposed to be back up top. Okay, so this is a conversation between Shortcake and somebody else. Hi, I'm coming into your DMs on blank part, and this isn't to start shit. We see you guys are starting back PLT. That's all cool and dandy, but due to making the logo, he doesn't feel comfortable that you guys continue to use it. Please don't make it a bigger deal than it has to be. Just stop using it. And then Shortcake replies, hey, and I see where he is coming from, but he did say if he was ever to leave and not be a part of it, the logo can still be used. But the chain is based off of the logo, so maybe I can see what I can do, but he could have just texted me. And then she says, okay, I don't know if it's just me, but the more we hang out with her, the more I realize she's kind of a pick-me. Like, she's been all over Shadow and X. Okay, so that's going back to talking about Corinne. Why did it go? It must have messed up when the doc was being made. So continuing from here, chain, but he could have texted me. But thank you for reaching out. I appreciate it. Yeah, if things were left on good terms, but unfortunately it didn't go that way, so that's why he's uncomfortable by it. He didn't reach out himself because you're blocked. I realized I still had you here, so I reached out. Hope you can understand and please do so. Thanks for replying back maturely. Like I said, I'll see what I can do. Have a good day. And then another one, imagine being married but still waiting for guys' attention. Imagine telling people your man hit you, but all he really did was push you out of the way because you were in his face. 1, don't get into your partner's face. 2, unless he was like back against the wall or something, he shouldn't have pushed her. More of Corinne's toxic behavior, more of Corinne's behavior being toxic. When one of the members was taking a break from streaming due to having a parasocial experience happen to them. I don't know what was going on. When said person removed them from their friends list on VR chat and saying content is coming. Corinne, no you didn't, just wait and see, content is coming. I think this was all a part of the screen recording we saw earlier. I think these are just the actual messages. Treating friend poorly, just yeah, these are the messages from the thing that we read earlier. Those who are labeled as redacted are names of some of the people involved. Has been called out on her behavior by multiple people to the point we had a meeting with her about said behavior where she deflected everything as discussed in the PLT tab. More evidence of toxicity. Keep in mind, most of us work, which is the reason why things took so long in PLT to be made. So this was updated back in December. Oh, this was their blacklist, which we can't see no more. Shortcake and Corinne took their blacklist down. But, I mean, there's a part of it that you can see. So we break in the law in our own blacklist. Take the blacklist down, I'll take it down. Nothing. After pointing out that putting Shortcake's name in the blacklist is illegal, they proceed to put some of the people in the blacklist government's name. We have removed the email and told creators if they would like to email to make a ticket in any of the servers we are associated with. Corinne is breaking one of the things they are wanting to defend in their revenge blacklist. And this is pretty much everything that we were reading about. This is also still a part of the screen recording that we were reading earlier. And then we have this. Look, I'm trying. It's 12 in the, I guess, morning. What else to do or say? If I didn't care about you, I would have removed you, but I didn't. Corinne, just stop. You keep dragging it. Just stop. You did what you did, and people don't want to be your friend because you don't want to own up and yet blame everyone else. And if you're just gonna blame all the drama and falling outs on the shit that happened between us, look in the mirror. You are so oblivious to the shit you've done. I care for you so much, but I don't think I know who you truly are. You told I think that's how you said that. I was changing, but what have you become, Corinne? Look at this mess. You pushed everyone so far, there's no point in fixing. So just drop it. We hated you because we can't be you. We're hating you because we can't be you. I would never want to be the person you are acting like. All you ever cared about was the clout more than your friends, and it truly shows. Conclusion. In conclusion, please be careful around them if you do decide to keep them around, especially to the creators out there, as we would hate to see your creations stolen off of VRMs. We wouldn't suggest them as promoters due to the possible risk of leaked models or causing drama in drama-free servers. And we have all grown tired of this petty drama that we thought was over, but unfortunately it wasn't. But again, this is just a warning from former members in PLT who left due to drama, toxicity, and being manipulated, etc. Small side note, they have also brought Dingy. Okay, there's no reason to go over the Dingy thing. He is no longer around. So from my understanding, when we were doing that first part of Dingy, he ripped off a lot of people, basically stole their money and then just like poofed. His server is no longer available. We can't really find any of his social medias unless he's like came back under a different name or something. But yeah, he's not really around anymore. So there's no reason to talk about that person. Update October 29th of 2025. As of today, they have started creating a counter blacklist against us. They took screenshots from the blacklist we've already created, saying we have lied and how they are the truth. They have copied some of the stuff from the blacklist we have already provided, Shortcake is proceeding to lie to her ex-best friend about having no idea, even though she is a part of PLT as head staff, stating we leaked models when we have never done so, and if you would like receipts, please DM us or message us. And as you can see, we can no longer click on their blacklist. Shortcake and Krayon has made it private. We're gonna go back. We'll have to go all the way down. However, the evidence that was provided into theirs is most of the same thing we have in here, but twisted around to make them look like they are the victims. They copied the conclusion and edited saying it's just a warning from the PLT crew when they have lied, gaslighted, and manipulated others. Their OG blacklist in conclusion. So this is like part from their blacklist. Please be careful around them if you do decide to keep them around, especially to the creators out there, as we would hate to see your creations stolen off of VRM models. We wouldn't suggest them as promoters due to the possible risk of leaked models or causing drama in drama-free servers. And we have all grown tired of this petty drama that we thought was over, but unfortunately it wasn't. But again, this is just a warning from the PLT crew. Our conclusion, it's pretty much the same thing. Please be careful around them if you decide to keep them, especially creators, creation stolen of VRM, when to suggest them as promoters, drama-free servers, and we have grown tired of the petty, but again, this is a warning, who left due to drama, toxicity, being manipulated. They didn't tell anyone the truth about what happened behind the scenes when recruiting new members. From what we found out, and the blacklist we have presented was never told to new PLT members. They were left in the dark, and the situation / blacklist with Dingy was not explained to them either. They could have been taken down with them if they weren't told, and that makes us worry to hear, as we don't wish anyone who was innocent in the situation to suffer for what Krayon and Shortcake have done. For said leaked avatar, Shortcake and her friend have been caught scrolling through VRM for hours, as we've been told, and regardless if she bought the avatars, it doesn't give her the right to upload them to his account without the creator's permission first. This is still classified as leaking avatars. Absolutely. It doesn't matter, if it shows that you bought it, it's your Avi, no matter what. You don't upload it for anyone else. If you want them to have the Avi, then buy it for them. But don't buy it for yourself or, have it linked to your email, upload it for them. That's just not how this works. That is still classified as leaking avatars, plus there is no receipt for Milo as confirmed by the creator of Milo themselves for Shortcake. You would always gift it to the person through a gift option, and if they need help uploading it, they can go to the creator's Discord or ask someone who also has the model to upload. Do not under any circumstance upload an avatar that they do not own themselves. Proof of no purchases for Milo from Ashi himself has also been confirmed that Milo is on VRM. So they confirmed that model is also on VRM models. Let's see, where's the one that I had seen? It was like, thank you for the purchase for Laz, which we will go back. I have screenshots from when they dragged me into a chat and they were trying to send me screenshots, and it was all basically the same screenshots that they have in here. Also, the guy she was talking to and Shortcake were never together, as once again previously stated, they were in a talking stage. He also has no recollection of him ever agreeing to having these uploaded to his account. My thing is, though, how did she get his info to upload it? How did she get his login to upload it to his account? I question that. If he said yes to anything, he was more than likely at work when connection was horrible, as he has stayed in call with us many times and barely been able to hear us at all. She knew this as well. She also knew Demonic Broly, which is her ex, was a VRM user. So her saying she had no idea he was is a lie. What we have been told by a former head staff of PLT. After finding out everything, they came to us telling how they recruited specific people that either Ashley, I have a question for you. Do you know if somebody by the name of Shortcake25 bought Milo as a gift for someone? How recent? I can only search orders by email unless I know when they bought it. I don't see an order matching the username on this of September. Why? What's up? A, knew about the blacklist or situation depending on everything that was told to them to be true or not, and chose their side. Still, or B, had no idea about the blacklist / were vulgarly told about it. That includes Dingy's blacklist as well. Both sides were told not to say anything or bring it up due to anyone if they knew. Hiding the fact that this happened, we feel as though this was shady and harmful to those who got recruited into PLT. No one under any circumstance should be kept out of something like this. Head staff chat was wiped clean of any past issues, but did include how they copied the logo by putting it into Canva and taking elements from it. They slandered on our friend's hard work, which was uncalled for. He worked hard on making posters and the PLT logo, as his whole job is in graphic designs. He made each poster very unique and custom made to have a little something of the person inside the poster, which we did see that earlier, and Faded did talk about that. They also removed the PH in the PLT logo to grab the design to put into Canva. Once again, plagiarism. Now we are on to caught and lying. So the counter blacklist was in the making when we were sent the original one. Someone had sent out a message to Shortcake's phone number about their blacklist. In the OG blacklist, they had put out their Snapchats and still is. So we have, so you admit you were catfishing. You were too grown to be coming at me and at the point basically harassing me. Do me a favor and not text me. I want nothing to do with you guys, but yet you're still finding a way back into my life. I haven't bothered you. I haven't spoken to any of you. I haven't even talked about you guys. But yet you guys are still trying to be problematic. Ha ha ha, you gave out my information. I didn't give out any information. Nobody has your number. In the blacklist, check if yours did. Hi, thanks for the blacklist, baby girl. You 100% catfished all of us, so don't sit here and lie about that. But you like to lie. I didn't make a blacklist. I can talk to Jack and see if he's got the photos and evidence of you catfishing. You texted me about something I didn't make. I haven't done or said anything any of you guys, but yet you're coming at me. Putting their Snapchat into the blacklist was uncalled for and is practically the closest thing to doxing as they can get. We decided against doxing any of them because we weren't willing to go down to that level. And the only ones who had their Snapchats were Shortcake. So this is another part of Zeke's birthday bash. Not everyone knew we were having Zeke's birthday early, including Shortcake. LOL, it's today, huh? But I thought it was last week. What? His birthday is today, Sam. Oh, then why were we celebrating last week? I'm even more confused. Well, it all started with having a drinking night. Then Zeke said, why don't we celebrate my birthday early? Okay, so yeah, I would be confused about that too. So his birthday was actually the following week. Years ago, back when Morty wasn't on Instagram, wasn't creating, etc., she had friends who had told her it was okay to get models from VRM and would upload them for her, as well as not knowing how gifting avatars work. Once she found out that it wasn't okay, she deleted every single one off of her account and has since then brought any avatars as that she owns. She does not talk to that friend group anymore, and it's been since 2021. Still and Morty have never dated either. There is also no actual proof of her ripping avatars in the blacklist, but just her name being mentioned. Unless they have actual proof of her stealing avatars, there is nothing to really go against her. So this is the conversation. Even talked about you guys, but yet you guys are still trying to be problematic. Ha ha ha, you gave out my information. We just read this part, didn't we? Nobody has your number, my Snapchat, and email. You're the only one who has that. Your email you gave to in the PLT chat. Wait, Snapchat gives out your email? As of today, we have gotten more evidence on Shortcake using VRM as well as getting files, which I also have screenshots too of her using VRM models. But here's one link. I have to censor that because it's a body part. Here's one of the models that she used, the world, which these are what I have too, and a couple others. Okay, so I'm just going to throw this clip in here really quick so you can see. So these are the messages between Cake and Broly. Now, unfortunately, she did go back and delete a lot of the messages. Literally, it just looks like some of the messages are Broly talking with himself. But these are what we were able to get to show that she's using VRM and also something else. Not exactly sure what it is. Basically her showing just like the Gumroad links for like these two worlds. And then, bam, VRM link from her. And then here, this is where she's sharing something else. I'm not exactly sure what it is. Right here, we had to censor this because this is her email and password. Here is Cake again, showing or sending a VRM model. So she can't sit there and deny it. I hate we weren't able to get the other photos to show you guys because she did go back and delete it and tried to like hide the evidence. And then I think this is where they were sharing with a friend. Yeah, they go Goober. Or there you go, Goober. Yay, thank you so much. Yeah, whatever. If you want your own small Goober, the one I had, yes, please. I give you the files to the textures. Gave that. Thank you. You are honestly the best. I appreciate it. All right, the textures are like huge. Let me get a link here. So then she sends them in a Google Drive or Google Drive. It's accessible anytime. Textures, just be sure to customize as you want. Okay. And be aware it does have nudity as the option if you can read its language and its way to do upload. If you have trouble, I'll help. You're gonna disturb loads of people. I know it. Yeah, don't share this stuff with other people. If you buy it and you own it, don't share with other people. And then if someone else needs help with you uploading it or something, they need to prove to you that they've bought it. Alrighty, so now we're going to be moving on to the new stuff. And what I mean by this is an ex-friend of mine dragged me into a chat along with Krayon and Shortcake being in there. Apparently, they had all three been speaking beforehand. And the third person brought up the whole video doc thing that we had done on Dingy and how we were going to be going over Shortcake and Krayon stuff. So these are the messages. I will be keeping the third person censored. No reason to bring up anything about them. The only time it's going to be brought up is when I'm just trying to give more context and clarification on the matter. This is Corinne. Hi, hello there, have a cookie. Sorry, I'm Southern Hyper, and I like to give people cookies. I'm Southern too. Girl, Georgia, have a Diet Coke. This is from his ex, which is more verifying that she got the screenshots from Rebel. This is from his ex. I'll feed you some homemade chicken and sausage gumbo. Here's a crayon. Takes and eats. Another screenshot that Rebel sent. More screenshots. If Broly told you that I'm famous, dude is ahead of himself, throwing my words around. So if you guys remember from the docu, she did mention in a message that she felt like she was famous with, 5 or 6K follows that she had. More screenshots. If Broly wants to play with fire, we can go deep. Baby girl, he said that I didn't want him in my content. I would beg him to make videos with me. I wanted that for Photoshop. Not a furry, but leaking furry avies. Shake my head. And then this right here was the talk between me and Rebel, where I basically told Rebel that I was going to talk to Broly, not have her involved. But once we found out later on that she was the one that sent the messages to Shortcake, we're like, no, we also need to expose her on that too, because she was caught using VRM models as well. From the VR chat dating stream, Have either of you talked to Isla about Broly's behavior when y'all were in same places? So back to the Rebel thing, I will show y'all the full messages when we get there. And so Rebel right here, send in the screenshot. I never asked. Yeah. Quick question, where is this from? So this video is privated. It was mainly about Denji. We hadn't even gotten on to the topic of these three yet. We were basically going over the docu that was on Denji. Don't know if it's still available. I haven't really looked for it because he's gone. He's nowhere to be found. His Discord is gone. It seems like after he stole money from people, he just like poofed. Isla, it is a YouTube video. She was start to make a call out series. It's hidden now. To explain this better, what I am doing is not a call out series. It's going through docus, reading them, seeing other videos, messages, stuff like that, and just questioning what people basically gave. If it's public, then the public can sit there and read it and question it. As simple as that.
I've never done anything wrong towards to cause them to make such accusations or even to go beyond to what they are doing and what we're talking about today. It is absolutely insane. A lot of this is very exaggerated, but the accusations of using the PR models and whatnot, that is 100% true. I have, of course, used that at one point in time, but I no longer use that stuff. There's no point to it. I mean, it was something back in, and I take full responsibility of it. And I'm taking quite a bit of a beating in the ass for it, and I deserve that. So, with a lot of people already knowing, it usually sticks with them for quite a while, and I will deal with that. Also, these others are not innocent, not innocent whatsoever.
Right.
But I will let you continue.
Okay. So we have Cake said, oh, okay. The ex-friend says, but I'll bring her in. Let's just say it involves Broly and my behavior. Then Cake says, question mark, at Corinne have told you he was crazy. Corinne says he's a psychopath. I'm famous according to Broly. Then our ex-friend said, long story short, I was flirting with a dude. I don't know if you know him. You might. He's the model promoter as well. He lives in my area. I was horny at work. I sent to Isla. I don't know because it's kind of cut off right there. I was planning, and she told Broly. He unfriended me, said he was disappointed in a status update, and then called me a hoe. Hee hee. I'm more famous than both ya. The most famous person here is me. Sorry, I'm laughing in IRL.
No.
So, like, here's the thing. I was seeing the status updates. I know you were seeing the status updates and then what she was posting on Twitter. I think once you and I got into a call, you were the first one to say, hey, what's going on with Tabby?
Yeah, someone having something going on.
Yeah, so I didn't even tell you first. She kind of just told on herself because she was constantly updating her status. And with y'all still being friends at the time, you were kind of getting notified.
See her all the time.
So she sends a screenshot of my profile. That's the thing I have repeated on multiple occasions to different people that I hate being called famous or popular. This is Corinne, by the way. So I don't know where he got that statement from. I have multiple witnesses. Cake says, I'm popular, but it's only because I'm a likable person. I keep it real. Our ex-friends say I try. Then Cake says, I'm what you call too honest. Our ex-friend, until my mental health goes far and I forget social. I'm blunt. Cake says that's me. Corinne, that's why people don't like us. We're too blunt. Ex-friend, and yes, the day y'all DM from the alt account, I was at the doctor office filling up my meds and he was freaking out in VC, showing us his screen while y'all were messaging him, talking about the Instagram chat.
So, yeah, that would be Karim, or Krayon, as you would say, reaching out to me from their, what would you say? It's like their community group thing, like their personal community group to, like, literally bash me, her literally speaking facts, calling things out as it is, and mainly about Shortcake. I mean, I could care less really about her, but I mean, if you want to get involved, I mean, please go ahead.
I mean, you didn't really talk about Shortcake. At the time, you were talking mostly about Rebel. And the only time you started talking about Shortcake was when you got kicked from Dingy server and then was starting to get kicked from a couple other ones because of Shortcake.
Yep, the accusations and screenshots and what they were putting together from Rebel as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Rebel wasn't innocent either, which we have a lot of collection on that as well.
Right. Let's see. Okay, here we go. So this, apparently from reading the other messages, was Krayon and Shortcake messaging Broly. And I believe this was probably their new group since they weren't doing PLT. I'm going to be respectful as possible to you. This isn't to be rude or mean. Respectfully, please keep my name out of your mouth. I never did anything to you nor spoke to you disrespectfully. If you keep mentioning my name, your will be put on another blacklist. There should be no reason my name should be mentioned by you. Thank you. But right there, if you keep mentioning my name, yours will be put on another blacklist. Here's the thing, and I know I've said this earlier. There's no reason to do the whole blacklist thing, especially when you're guilty for doing the same thing. And I know at one point in the messages, when we switch back, Shortcake says that she didn't know it was bad, that Broly told her it was okay. How could Broly tell you it was okay when you were using VRM models before you two got together? Oh, that's a shocker right there, ain't it? So you're a liar. Shortcake, you're a liar. Look, I don't know who TF you are. I think you need to relook who you're looking for because I've never heard of you. And this is when we didn't know. So then they reply, does Corinne ring a bell? Putting my name in your mouth for what? Acting like we're the villains in your story when that's not true. We have evidence against you. Don't think for a second we won't put it out there. Stop putting my friends and my name in your mouth. We don't speak about you. We don't talk about you. We don't even look at your shit. You're irrelevant to us. We'll put you in a whole new blacklist if you keep doing so. We have done nothing to you. Well, sitting there and putting him on a blacklist, getting him kicked from Discords for the same thing that you're doing, yeah, that's the problem. Got me restricted too, I see, and y'all did that, and on stream, and I got people looking at this BS account right now. I got all and using fake ass accounts to message, share shit, crazy. I mean, I don't have a document on me for stuff, plus I got all my DMs not cropped for a blacklist. Claiming Shortcake is catfishing when that isn't true. Y'all saw earlier, there is evidence proving that she did catfish. We have proof against that. I have not once looked at your shit. I don't bother with you because you're irrelevant to me. You ripping avatars. Yeah, we got all the proof on that as well. We don't do anything but speak to our supporters on stream. There's been a couple different people that said that they did talk about the drama on stream. I can easily pull past streams back up if you want to go that route. I would actually like to see that then. I mean, if they're willing to pull up their past streams, but unless they actually saved them, I think after 14 days on TikTok, they're gone. So unless she saved them, we're not going to see those. The document isn't even from me. And that was the other thing that was brought up with another club that Broly was at. Apparently, the owners believe that the document was from him. He did not have a hand in making the docky. That's something that they need to understand. And if you also actually read the docky, it lists the 6 people that created it. So I feel like that's kind of evidence right there that these clubs aren't reading the doc. Don't forget Phantom J, part of your drama starting group. Don't know who that is. Saying that I never shared your stuff on Instagram is wild. I barely share anyone's posts to begin with. Everything that has happened in PLT was none of your concern after you left. It had nothing to do with you. I'm not coming at you disrespectfully. I'm talking to you as an adult. I never spoke to him. We only spoke about Cloflo. That was it because we have evidence against her. I still don't fully understand the whole thing with Cloflo, especially since Shortcake shared her nudes. I don't understand why she did that. If you was a decent human being, you wouldn't be putting our names in your mouth, talking about us on your streams when you're irrelevant to us. You may be part of Shortcake's past, but you aren't a part of mine. You're putting your nose into something you have no idea on what's actually the truth. And then here's the last bit before they blocked. Decent human being. If you want to do this face to face, go for it. I'm not wasting my breath on someone that I barely spoke to. You dated my best friend. Whoop-de-doo. But you aren't together anymore. You have no reason at all to be speaking about her. Well, she has no reason at all to be, like, getting him kicked from Discords when she's using VRM models. That's the only reason why her name even got brought up again, was because she was trying to throw him under the bus. Let's see, acting like an adult. You're blocked. You're using a second account to message me, plus couldn't say who you were with a threat at that, LOL. And coming from someone that rants about their old man to randos, and asking for cuddles and head pats, and Shortcake bitched about you constantly, and she's the one that had Potato take that photo with you with shadows to F up your relationship. By the way, that one day, but I'm out. You want to make a half-assed blacklist with cropped images, go for it. But I got my DMs for Shortcake sends me models and her getting files second-handed from someone, so try it. I'll have all my DMs. If you reach out from a third account, my God, have mercy on you. LOL, have a nice day. And that was it. So now we're going to switch back to the other messages. I DM'd him from the alt account because he kept putting my name in his mouth when I didn't do shit to him. Y'all got me all fucked up tonight. Our ex-friend, it was over him getting blacklisted by Dingy and the clothes stuff. Now, I don't know why the ex-friend brought in the whole clothes stuff, because the only time I knew about that was from reading the doc.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with anything that was going on. That's like a whole separate, like, conversation on its own. So, like I said, they were very drama and trolling on stuff like that. So they just loved to continue that and would bring it up, which is very disturbing.
Cake says, I never texted him. He's blocked. After we broke up, he was blocked. Ex-friend said, I tried to be his friend because he was friends with Isla as well. Corinne said, to be honest, it was so long ago. I don't give a fuck about Broly. He can do anything he wants. But once he drops Shortcake's name or my name, he's fucked. Ex-friend says, so right before he came to visit me, my real life friend and his wife did digging on his dash. He has 2 assault charges. He claimed to me he hit like his aunt by mistake or something, and he was creeped or whatnot.
Igarish? Once again?
No, it's Creppy.
Well, we already know she had an issue spelling stuff. She couldn't even spell my name properly. It was right in front of their face. But yeah, I mean, I do have probably 2 assault charges, but I mean, that was years and years ago, like maybe in my 20s. But that was nothing drastic, and everything was time served and community service, and it was all served. And all these other things they found out, which is very odd.
Do we want to give a little bit more backstory of that day when you and I both got that phone call?
Oh, the traumatization phone call from her.
Yeah.
Asking like, is this stuff true? Is it true?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what is true? Do you really own all these guns and have stuff with posing up with poses with the guns and some other stuff she was spouting off, and something about me being a Trump supporter. What was the other? I don't know. It made me laugh so bad. I was absolutely stunned. I'm like, for one, I don't own a gun, nor have I ever fired one. Let's see.
Plus, you can't own one either way.
Yeah, well, my family doesn't allow me to own one in this house, especially if I don't own the proper safe and whatever to lock it up, which is requirement. So I don't even have that, so I wouldn't even be allowed to have one. And then the whole Trump supporting thing, I asked them, I said, what does that have to do with the damn thing that's going on right now? Honestly, I was very confused.
She told me
And
that, dude.
I said, if you find these photos of me posing with guns or so forth, please let me know, because this has to be some AI crap, because I have never, ever really held anything like that. I mean, I told him before, back in the day, I had my friend let me hold his AK, and I mean, I held it for 15 seconds. I handed it back. That was it.
Wait.
But everything else was just absolutely just boggled, and they're having a complete meltdown.
Mm-hmm.
And the next thing you know, her friend just kind of takes the phone and just starts kind of having a go at me. And then they're like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna let you talk." And as I try to start talking and explaining myself about the situation, they instantly just you know what? No. And then just started going off on me. And I was like, excuse me? And she's like, no, you're not going to cut me off. I'm like, but you just told me that I could speak. And it just went downhill from there. And pretty much I just told them I wasn't going to feed into this BS, and I just hung up.
Well, that's basically how it was when I got the call, because she called me crying and she's like, is it true? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And then her friend gets on the phone, or friend's wife gets on the phone, and she's like, we've been in touch with one of his exes, and she told us how he's got all these guns, that something about a lawnmower or whatever, and then he's a Trump supporter. And I'm like, whoa. What does that have to do with anything? Everything. No. No, people can have their own opinions and like whoever they want. That doesn't make them a bad person. And she's like, well, and I'm like, what is going on? I didn't know what was going on. And every time I was trying to ask or even say anything, I was constantly getting cut off by her. And I think at one point I kind of yelled through the phone, where's the facts? And then that was it. I was like, I'm completely done with this, because I couldn't even get a word in.
And it's very rude. And when you're that type of person, you just can't stand it. And you're like, I'm just going to hang up.
That was wild.
I was not expecting that whatsoever. And I was very confused. And then not only that, it was literally the sister of that ex that they spoke to. And which is crazy is because while I was visiting them, that sister literally told her that she should go back with me when I go back home and all this other stuff, and was telling her that she should do it and all this other thing.
What?
When I went home, it was just flip the script. I was a piece of crap, piece of shit, you fat ass, it was just every name in the book. I was absolutely confused. I mean, the police were involved.
That's wild. That's so wild.
I don't know what's wrong with people.
I don't know either. My thing is, though, because I think Trom was here when that was all going down, and I was like, they reached out to one of Broly's exes, and Trom and I are like, that's so disrespectful. You're going behind your boyfriend's back to speak to someone that you don't really know anything about. And here's the thing. Exes are always going to talk crap about their exes, no matter what. That's just how it is. So why are you going to listen to that?
Even if he's left in a good turn. Which I found that out very quickly as well.
Ex-friend, Handspat, did she tell you he gave me the plushie she bought? Corinne said, no, what the fuck? And then sent an image of the Hello Kitty plushie.
Okay, this is some good shit. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know they were going to find out about that, but look, why the fuck am I going to keep my ex's plushie of a little Hello Kitty thing, okay? I have a new girlfriend. I'm just going to give it to her, okay? There's no backstory to it whatsoever, okay? No harm, right? Now they have this conversation, send the picture, and they're like, I bought that for him. That motherfucker.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, but that is a little bit effed up. Like, I would have gave it to the dog or the cat as a chew toy or something.
But I'm sorry. I just can't feel like throwing something away or just like destroying something sometimes like that. I mean, it has to be really bad. But I was like, oh, it's a perfectly good plushie I just had sitting up here. Fuck it, I'll give it to my girlfriend. But I'm pretty sure at some point I'm going to get backstabbed. So then this is going to be a funny joke at the end of the day.
Now I can't help but to laugh about it.
Exactly. And look at that. Look at where we are right now.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
I knew it. It's always usually after the visit or about 6 months in.
Yeah.
Like fucking clockwork.
Unfortunately. So Cake messaged back and said, I got him because I loved Hello Kitty. Ex-friend, if the next girl gets a shadow plushie from Build-A-Bear, it was me. Girl saying. What is that? What you're gonna do next? Get the shadow plushie?
No. I had to travel with that man through fucking 2 flights. Okay. No, that was my travel buddy, and then I had this dude goes, hell yeah. He goes, I love your travel buddy. I was like, I appreciate it. It was some guy as I was getting off the plane.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, will my model stop winking? Nobody likes it.
Just the wink. Morse code. Wink twice. Wink twice if you need an Asian girlfriend.
It just did it already.
Your model speaking for you. Okay.
Move on. This is gonna just ignore the spasming winking. I have something in my eye.
It's just gonna happen. Okay. Corinne said, this dude gotta be for real. Ex-friend, also a squishmallow problem. Corinne said, oh my effing god. Shortcake has an addiction to squishmallows. She literally has over 200 of them. Ex-friend said, OMG, put you in squishmallow. Cake said, shush. No. Corinne said, I wouldn't put it past Shortcake if she ever made a squishmallow out of me. Cake said, I hadn't gotten any in a long ass time. I'm all about the fugglers, which that's what I asked you the other day, what that was. I never heard of them.
It looked like somebody stole somebody's teeth and started putting them in dolls, and they were like, bro, this is a business idea.
I mean, they're so ugly, they're kind of cute, but... So then ex-friend says, burn them. Corinne says, yeah, you got that ugly ass motherfucker with teeth recently. Cake says, yes, they are cute. Corinne said, no, they aren't. Ex-friend said, they aren't. Cake, yes, they are. Cake, you dated Broly. Hold up. You dated Broly, so you had to think fugglers are cute because they're missing teeth just like him. Ex-friend.
Oh, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Ex-friend is doing like the looking the other direction. Cake, I got one that reminded me of him when we were dating. Ex-friend, LOL. Cake, exactly. Corinne, Broly is jealous he can't keep a relationship. I've been with my man for 6 years, going on 7.
Wait,
which
is it? Oh, that's the Corinne, right?
Yeah, that's Corinne saying that.
The one that's talking madly about her behind her man's back to other guys and then demanding head pats and cuddles from random dudes while he's working across seas, paying her bills.
See,
crazy.
I think Faded and Morty even said that too, and I believe it's in another section of the doc.
It's 100% true. Sadly, I was present.
Let's not forget that Broly also, I think like 16 days before he asked me out to be his girlfriend, was talking shit about me to my ex-boyfriend. And she's talking about the messages between you and Frenchie, but I didn't see anywhere in there where you were talking shit. You were just literally trying to be there for a friend.
Yeah, I think at one point, I was just asking questions on like how her demeanor was to him and like how she treated him, stuff like that. You know, and I started putting things together. I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna keep an eye on this type of stuff. But I'm the type of dude, once I got locked in, I felt trapped. And like I said, she was super toxic, mentally abusive, instantly red flags right away. But, you know, if I felt like he just left, I would be the dick, especially when she had surgery. If I would have left right around and then too, I would have been like the most piece of shit plant on the planet.
Okay, because like I was gonna be like everybody else. Then, if you were talking to this guy like about 16 days before you asked Shortcake to be your girlfriend, and you knew all this stuff was going on, why would you even ask her to be your girlfriend?
Good question.
Oh my god.
Good fucking question. Couldn't tell you. Could have been a desperate piece of shit at the time.
Oh my god.
Hey, at least I'm willing to admit it.
Yeah, I mean, some people out there won't admit this stuff.
I learned from my mistakes. I'd rather just, you know, take it in the boot.
So then our ex-friend says, so right before he visited, my real life best friend, my brother, basically him and his wife did digging on Broly because she was taking me to the airport. She was with La baby and didn't feel safe having a person in her car she didn't know. Her niece, who ex-army, reached out to an ex and maybe to you, Cake, or Rebel as well, I don't know, but came to find out that he has assault charges. I don't know full, but he does, and he flipped out on her and me cause of it. It wasn't that, and I'm a witness for my own part, and our stories kind of line up. Our ex-friend's best friend's wife literally wouldn't even let us speak. We didn't even know what fully happened. I think till like maybe the next day, I think is when I was able to get in touch with her.
Yeah, when they weren't freaking spazzing out and they weren't present.
And then I think later on that day, that's when the husband reached out to me because he was just trying to get the full story, which I still have those full messages too, where I was just basically trying to explain to him what had gone on and everything like that. And he's like, okay, well, that makes more sense. And he's like, well, we made a promise to their father before they passed that we would be there for her and everything like that. I do to an extent, but at some point, someone that is a grown woman doesn't need to have their hand held the whole time because they are never going to learn.
Yep. You sit there and be relying on others all the time for their judgment on their next move pretty much in life. Or who's going to be in their life.
So then ex-friend says, Blinks, did you ever find out things about his pedo allegation? Because someone told me about it, but that was it. That's coming from Cake. And ex-friend says, no, I didn't fully. I think it was a passing thing because of Chloe and Silent. I know Silent was a teenager when he used to hang out with Broly.
Yeah, back then, that was when we were like, he was like a little VR son. He was always around. He was always hanging out with me. I always sit there and play games and shit, shoot this shit with him, or go to Prismatic, look at random avatars, look at curse shit, laugh her fucking ass off, you know, go to Black Cat, listen to weird fucking shit while wearing weird shit, you know, just goofing off. Like, I don't, like, what's wrong with that? Once in a while, used to back then watch movies from time to time on there, but, you know, everybody grows up, everybody's got to start doing stuff, you know. Now he's working, he's doing his own thing from time to time. We see him once in a blue moon, still stay in touch. Good guy. Well, the whole pedo thing, like, what makes that a pedo?
I don't know. It was some kind of pedo allegation is what Cake said. And then our ex-friend said cause of Chloe and Silent.
Oh, one time I hung out with Chloe? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, because then Corinne says Chloe Flo. Is that who you're speaking of, correct? Ex-friend says, I believe so. Cake says, yes, it is. So I guess they're assuming you did something with Chloe when she was underage.
So she joined PLT when she had just turned 18 because they wouldn't allow that anyone under 18 to join the group. And I never even hung out with them until like everyone disbanded. I disbanded from PLT because I just couldn't deal with the shit, and then eventually separated from Shortcake and all that other crap. Tried to stay away from it. And then they tried to hang out from time to time. I hung out one time, and that was maybe about 2 months, 3 months, maybe after I separated from PLT. Hung out once, and I mean, they made the comment of like, "What's the youngest you'll date?" And I instantly just started laughing and chuckling my ass off. I was like, "No, absolutely no." 21 and a half. I'm like, if you can't smoke and drink, then like, no, that's crazy. I was like, no, we can sit here, hang out, be friends, or whatever. But that's crazy. No. And then like took photos one time, and I think they're trying to use that as one time. It was like supposed to be a collab type photo thing, and I just took some photos in the place. They tried to say it was sexual, and some of them, and obviously tried to twist some of that crap around. But I made sure to fix that situation because there was no way, in fact, that was not going to happen.
Right.
But I did part friends from them because of their bratty type attitude. I wasn't going to deal with that, especially when I was trying to stream one time. They got mad that I had some friends join and left, and then kind of really shit talked me through Discord afterwards. I was like, well, this is kind of childish. No, thank you. Part ways with them, and I haven't heard shit from them since.
Yeah.
Which has been months.
Which I'm just gonna point this out. You can't really even try to do like pedo allegations because, and I hate that I have to keep bringing this up, but like the meaning of allegations is basically someone running their mouth and not having proof to back it up. You need to look at the dates of like when photos and stuff is, and then knowing when that person's birthday is, so you can look at the timeline of stuff. People can sit there and twist stuff, show screenshots, and it not have like the times or the dates on it. You can't go off of that. You need to be able to see the dates.
Especially when they took that shit and you falsify and be like, yeah, this was right now.
So that's when our ex-friend says, sorry, I didn't go on VR chat except to hang out with him / Isla and make content for Fansly. Corinne, yeah, there's a whole bunch of shit about Clofo. Ex-friend, yeah, that's why he got involved. She asked him to and linked a doc about you and Shortcake to him while he was visiting me, and while he was freaking out about Dingy not giving him a code for the new models he made. So let me give y'all full context and clarify this for you guys. I never knew anything about the doc until Shortcake was getting Broly kicked from servers, and he told me about the doc. There was talk at one point that apparently I knew beforehand, but I really didn't. I didn't know till Shortcake was like getting him kicked. Corinne said because Dingy took it away. Ex-friend, I know he took it away. Corinne, the blacklist that's on me and Shortcake has been cleared up. I've spoken to everyone except for a few. That was part of making that blacklist, which there is one message that was sent to them that they shared with me in this chat, but it's just one person apparently apologizing.
Yeah, last thing I knew, everything was kind of scribbled out on it.
Yeah, it's the name that's scribbled out, but they're basically apologizing for how like everything went down and stuff. That was part of making that blacklist. Yeah, it looks like someone must have reached out to Isla about all that because she deleted the video about Dingy and the TikToks about it. Probably the reason why the rest never happened. Broly kept wondering when Isla was going to make the rest. So let me clear this part up for you too. I decided to take it down when we found out that Dingy disappeared. I didn't feel like there was a point of keeping it up. Plus, we didn't even finish going over Dingy's talk. I think we had made it like halfway before you had to leave.
Yeah, I think it might have been.
And so originally I was just going to take it down until we could do like a whole thing, and then I could put it together and then re-upload it. But then once he disappeared, I just never put it back up. Corinne, the blacklist is all false and edited information. Ex-friend, shake my head. Corinne, I would put her in this group chat. Ex-friend, okay, 1 sec. And then that's when they added me to the chat. So ex-friend said, I don't know if she will talk. That's when Corinne said, yo, Isla.
Like you would scroll through the messages.
Yeah, I went scrolling up because I was curious about everything, what had all been talked about. Ex-friend said, "Hi, I'm sorry for bringing you in here." Didn't it say earlier that they were going to bring me in or talk about bringing me in?
I never thought there was at one point, but they're all over the fucking place. So it's probably said that multiple times in different ways.
Mm. I replied back to the part where our ex-friend says, "Looks like someone must have reached out to Isla," talking about the dingy video, why it went down. No, I took it down because I wanted to have both of them together. But if y'all are going to fight me about the dogs, then I can invite y'all and those others onto the show and we can hear what both groups have to say while live. Corinne said, "No, just wanted to ask a few questions." Cake, "No one is here to fight. We asked if we could talk. Plus, this was brought to us." Ex-friend, "I didn't meet," well, she said, "I did meant to. I was just wondering if they knew." Cake said, "We had no idea about half the stuff we just found out." Ex-friend, "Mostly about Broly's behavior." Corinne said, "This is out of respect for each other. We don't talk about drama on lives whatsoever, but about the blacklist, I have spoken to the people who was a part of making it. It was all false information. Broly isn't as innocent as he's making it seem. He's making us look like bad people when that's not true. When we have evidence of everything. Cake, we aren't here for drama, but it came to us." Ex-friend, "I didn't mean for the video part. I thought they already knew, not trying to start drama." Then Corinne said, "We don't do drama, but when it involves us, we have evidence." No, we didn't know anything. We have him blocked and left him alone.
That's crazy.
Yeah, how are you leaving him alone if you're messaging him through Instagram through like your group account?
Yeah, right there's a lie.
So then Cake says, "Plus is my ex is going around not telling the full truth." I said, "We were going over all 3 docs, pointing out rights and wrong and showing screenshots of the full messages. I yelled at Broly for using models he don't own. Now I haven't been in or around the VR chat community for a while now because I'm busy with other projects." Corinne said, "What do you mean all 3 docs?" She says, "There's one which has been cleared up. There's one Aaron and Bluey made, which they are pedos. I have over 200 plus messages and videos of evidence against them. Didn't even know who they were."
Yeah.
I said, "There was the docs on you guys. The doc y'all made defending yourself and one about Denji, I think is his name. Once I found out that the PDF wasn't fully proven, I told ex-friend and Broly that I would bring up and explain in the other messages providing the minor lied and he shouldn't be accused." Because at one point we had gotten a message back from another person where they said the whole pedo allegations wasn't true because the minor lied about their age to Denji. And Denji did something to upset him, so they went going around telling people that Denji knew about his age when he didn't. And then that's when Cake said, "We know nothing about Denji. His blacklist got nothing to do with us. We never seen it before." But explain this to me, okay? There's screenshots and everything showing of Kate, Corinne, Denji doing videos together and stuff like that. There's images posted on Instagram, right? Shortcake reached out to Rebel for screenshots. And there is nothing showing where Rebel knew who Denji was. Or hanging with Denji or anything. So how else would Denji have gotten those screenshots? Make that make sense. Shortcake asked Rebel for the screenshots and gave those screenshots to Denji, which was their friend. So you can't sit there and say his blacklist got nothing to do with us. We never seen it before. We know nothing about Denji. Denji was your friend at one point. Then that's when Corinne says, I've never seen Denji's blacklist. We removed him out of PLT once we found out Denji has nothing to do with us. That doesn't add up with everything that happened. Cake, plus he's been MIA for God knows how long. Corinne, but I made our blacklist private due to the fact that it was all cleared up. We just haven't spoken to one person that has ownership of it. What I want to know is, why are you involved in it? Because it was dropped until today. It's never been dropped. I don't believe those 6 people would drop it until they get an actual apology from Krayon and Shortcake.
Yeah, because, I mean, they've been on a roll. I mean...
So Shortcake sending messages and having the VRM link is false. You never used VRM models. That's when Corinne said, again, we have proof that she doesn't use VRM models. And then Cake says, it was because of him, talking about you. It was because of him. He told me that it was okay to use it. Other than that, I never used it.
We all know it's a lie.
Yeah, because when you look at what screenshots we have and the ones that are in the doc, that was before you and her got together.
Mm-hmm.
So how could you tell her it's okay to use VRM models when y'all two weren't even together at the time? That don't make any sense right there either. So I say I have a show where I go over docs and invite others in to talk, almost like a talk show. Multiple people already came to me about the situation, and it was only ever used that one time because of Broly. Broly told me that it was alright to use it. Other than that, I didn't upload anything. He uploaded everything for me because I didn't know how to use Unity at all. I didn't start learning how to use Unity until the closer to the end of our relationship. Okay, then explain this to me. There are images, there's screenshots of where you had your, I believe it was the boyfriend before you, Broly. You were uploading models to his account without him knowing.
Can't do that. She'd require a code.
She had to have like his email and login to be able to do that. And you have to do that.
Sent back to him.
Yeah.
To get it.
Oh, yeah. Well, she could have... now I'm questioning that if he actually knew or not. Like, because she had lied and said that she needed the code for something else.
I doubt it. I mean, you only send this type of code to log into an account.
Wait, hold up. Let me...
Sometimes I have to do...
Yeah, but don't it normally say?
In the emails, they'll tell you that you required a login for something, and here's your whatever, how many digit code, blah, blah, blah.
Or does it say like Unity? No, creator.
Yeah, VRC creator or something like that.
Because then he would have had to known, unless she had access to his email too.
That means he had to give it all.
Yeah.
So he knew. You knew what you're doing. You know what you're doing, motherfucker.
Well, she absolutely knew what he was doing, but we don't know the full story if he actually knew or not, because if she had his email and his password, she could have easily sent the code there, him not realize it, because she could have done it while he was at work and then deleted the email.
That's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, but we don't know, but yeah, you do have to have the code. So then Kate says, realistically, you guys should have came to us to spoke to us, but you only heard one side. And that's when Corinne said, we don't talk about drama on anything. When it's dropped, it's dropped. He needs to stop involving people that doesn't need to be involved. It has nothing to do with anyone but the people of PLT. So here's the thing, though. When something is public, like the docs, that anyone can get their hands on, it's different if it would have been privated and the only way to get it is through a link. That would be slightly different. But this is out there for the public to see. Anyone can get their hands on it, read it, and like voice their opinion, make a video about it, go through, compare notes and stuff like that. So anybody could do it, not just me. So then Cake says, if you want to talk, we can talk, but we are not here for drama. That was dropped. I said, no, in a way, we didn't hear both sides. When that group and y'all drop docs, then that gives everyone the right to read both sides. Now, in the doc that clash with each other and don't really make sense. That's when Cake said, I didn't drop anything. It wasn't me. Corinne, both you and ex-friend should not have gotten involved. It has nothing to do with you or ex-friend. I still don't understand why the ex-friend reached out to them, because technically she was the one getting involved with that. So then that's when our ex-friend says, I didn't ask to talk to cause drama. I just wanted the truth. Cake said, if you want to talk, then we can. Then I reply back to ex-friend, I'll talk with you later. Let me hear what they have to say. Ex-friend says, okay. I said, I can't VC because I don't want my kids to hear anything that's said. Corinne, we can text. I'll make this known right now. When people ask us about blacklists, we tell the truth. We don't run from it nor hide from it. If we weren't innocent, we would have changed the PLT name or our names. We didn't because we stand our ground and know the truth. But if you have nothing to hide, then why did you private your blacklist? Your doc that you did? I still feel like there's something there that's hidden. Because if you have nothing to hide, why make the blacklist private? So then I say, so what's y'all's side of the story then? Corinne said, where do you want us to start? Because it's a lot. Cake said, yeah. Can we get the Broly part over with first? Because I don't talk about this guy at all, but he still got my name in his mouth. You now sense I'm a crazy person, a crazy ex. I said, I guess start from the start, but who have you talking to so I can check with them as well on the blacklist being cleared up? They don't want to be involved. That's what Cake says. So I'm asking for that person's name so I could possibly reach out to them to get more information from them. And then that's when Cake says they don't want to be involved.
Of course not.
Because it got dropped and we have respect for that. I said, that's convenient. Cake said, but we have the screenshots. Corinne says, out of respect for them, we agreed they won't be involved in anything else. I said, in order to help clear out y'all's names, we need to be able to hear everyone's side of the story. Corinne said, again, we are not getting them involved. I said, again, I can't hear y'all's name, and it's just back to hearsay with screenshots. Corinne said they agreed to drop it when I spoke to them directly. And then they sent the screenshots. All right, so this is the person that sent them the apology. It says, hi, this is so-and-so. I just wanted to start off with saying that you don't have to forgive me or befriend me again, but person to person, I apologize for everything. I know the damage is done, but I really miss you. Gaming hasn't been the same at all. I took this harder than my relationship. I was acting out of anger and frustration, and to the extent it went to was awful, and I am sorry. How you and Corinne were treated was disgusting and gross, and that's not how humans should be treated. I just wanted to reach out. I had time to think things over and reflect on how I treated, especially you. You can block me or tell me to fuck off, but I just wanted to reach out to you. So then Cake replies, hey, so I'm willing to forgive you, but I won't be able to forget. I need you to know that you have caused me a lot of problems and issues. You painted me as a bad guy when that wasn't the truth. I've always been there for you. No, let me move to the next. Been there for you no matter what and always has your back. So with all the stuff that happened, it really did hurt me because I wouldn't think you would do that to me. Especially putting out my personal information by my email and my picture of me out there. I would have never done that to you. Commenting under posts, reaching out to people that were still my friend and making them turn their back on me was really wrong because I didn't go off and do that to you. If people ask me what happened between you and me, I said I'd rather not talk about it and let that be. Losing you as my best friend was really hard for me because we did everything together. We were always hanging out to the point where if they see you, they obviously knew I was there. Or if they see me, they knew you were there. We were a team. There has been plenty of times where I sat there and think about you because I missed our friendship. I'm doing stupid stuff together all the time, causing trouble together. I don't think we could ever go back to how we used to. I would also like to be able to talk to you face to face or give you the chance. If I add you back on VRC, can we meet up and talk? But I don't hate you at all. I hate what you did, but I don't hate you. I'm glad you texted me back. I read the full thing, but I agree with talking on VR chat. Okay, I'll text you in a few if you want to do it in a few hours, like 2. Yes, or tonight might work better. I don't know if you still get on at night, but I am about to head to bed soon. I don't get on at night much, but we can do that. Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, I think that's definitely one of her friends that I know. That definitely sounds like one of her friends.
Mm-hmm. So that was that apology. I don't believe that was from one of the 6 people. From talking with Faded and Morty, I don't believe that could have been from one of them.
I know exactly where that came from.
Oh, okay. So then we switch back over and it's Corinne. She says, which I have video proof of all conversations. Again, they said they want no part to do, need to respect that too. If we was going to bring up names, we would be in the wrong. Like we stated, we have proof. And then they sent screenshots of the email where Cake had bought some, but I believe these are the same images that are in the doc.
Well, I mean, even if she did buy them, she was still either price splitting them and then sharing them with her friends, even if she fully bought them.
Yeah, because they say first and foremost, here's proof that Shortcake buys all of her Avies. But there was a purchase of like a Laz Avi, and I know that creator because I like their Avies. And when I went back to look at like the ex-boyfriend's profile, it wasn't on there.
I'll be surprised.
And then they sent a screenshot of like what Shortcake looks like. And they claim she catfished. Then when I have solid FaceTime screenshots when she FaceTime. Cake says, plus Broly and me used to video call and he would get pictures of me and we all sent pictures of ourselves. So then I say, this isn't really proof. There is no context to this talking about the docs. For all we know, this is some other person that's not involved with the dropping of the docs. Because I don't know. Can I zoom in on this? Mr. Boogie?
They got one of their members.
Okay. And then they sent another picture. It said, here's proof that she doesn't catfish. Cake says, what the fuck, girl? I'm not a catfish. I say, where's the screenshot showing the Avies on your account matching with the emails? Corinne said, that Shortcake's not mine. But that's kind of like what I'm asking, though. That Shortcake, not mine. Every Avi that I own is uploaded by me. They claim she used VRM models, not me. Well, why would I even be asking Corinne about VRM models when she was never accused of VRM models? So why would you even think I was asking you about it?
Mm-hmm.
So then Cake says, I have shown people and Corinne has seen mine uploaded. I had nothing to hide. Everything that he uploaded onto my account got deleted because even he deleted some of them off of my account and I deleted the rest. Ex-friend told me you wanted to talk about the whole Broly issue. I never wanted to talk about the quote-unquote Broly issue. I didn't even know the whole reason I was pulled in besides just talking about the doc stuff. I didn't know this was supposed to be a conversation about Broly. So then ex-friend says, I only wanted to talk about Broly. Corinne says, I have access to her account, so no, she doesn't rip nor anything of the sort. I don't think anywhere in the doc or anyone we've talked to said that she ripped. And I believe there's a difference between ripping Avies and getting Avies from VRM. Ex-friend says, I'm at the moment driving. I said, don't know where she thought that because I'm busy with other projects. Ripping and using stolen Avies are two different things. Corinne says she doesn't use stolen Avies, bro. I'm foolproof she doesn't. Because if she's not on the phone with me, she's on the phone with her man. I'm with her almost 24/7 on VR chat. We don't get on unless we're online together. I don't care about Broly, nor does she. Again, he's to keep our names out of his mouth. At this point, it's harassment. It was dropped, so you either tell him to leave it alone or fire with dig deeper. Fire with dig deeper.
English.
I don't know what that means. So then Cake replies and says, like I stated, I was only told that you wanted to talk about Broly. The whole blacklist got dropped last year, so leave it to last year. And if he has an issue, then he could talk to me because he's a grown-ass adult. I have no problem with him, ever did after we broke up. I never spoke about him or anything. People came to me about him, and that was it. Corinne says, girl, she's not going to say it's hearsay. Cake said, that's why we're here to understand. I understand you wanted to hear both sides, then maybe you need to just sit back and listen and don't ask questions because we haven't done anything. Well, then how am I supposed to find out anything if I don't ask questions? If you're that innocent, why are you telling me to sit back and listen and not ask questions?
I'm fucking dead.
That don't make sense.
Listen, Linda, I don't understand.
So then Corinne says, this sounds like Toasty Socks, bro? Who's Toasty Socks? I don't know who that is. So then Cake says, if you want to hear the full story, then you can listen to us tell you the full story. We have no problem with that. We could tell you our side because it's a lot of he says, she says, and no actual communicating. You're going off of a blacklist. We told you there was another one made that was debunked and cleared our names. So unless they're talking about theirs, because I did have a chance to read theirs before they privated. In the beginning of it basically sounds like there's a third person kind of writing it up. But then at the end, it sounds like it's Krayon and Shortcake writing it out. So I don't know when it comes to that. It came to us wanting to know about our list. We're willing to tell you about it. But then you're also throwing in someone else that has nothing to do with this. We understand you want to know the whole thing about Dungy.
Denji.
Dungee? Who is that?
Wait, no, that's different.
But we're not involved with Dingy. Oh, I guess they misspelled the first time, but then they correct the spelling. Okay. We know nothing about him. We don't know about that situation. We asked him about it. He didn't tell us anything. We couldn't find a blacklist. If you have his blacklist, share it with us. Like you said, there's no context in the blacklist. When I spoke to the ones that were involved, I made our blacklists on them private out of respect. If that doesn't say anything, then I don't know what will. All because you believe someone who's a piece of shit. Also, I haven't heard him talking about y'all because he's still upset with the breakup with the ex-friend. Also, that was streamed over 3 months ago. So when Broly and I streamed the one about Dingy, it's probably been about 4 months ago now when we did that.
Mm-hmm. It's been a minute.
Yeah. So then Cake...
That's before I visit.
Oh, yeah, that was before you visited them. So then Cake says, yes, but you literally just asked us before what about the blacklist, about him, about Dingy. We generally don't know anything about it. And then when we find out that we didn't really talk to him or hang out with him, and then he disappeared. So Corinne says, especially when Broly has pedo allegations against him, I don't want to hear shit that comes from his mouth. He's a controlling psychopath that broke Shortcake's heart. Cake says, I will tell you the whole thing about me and him because that's what I was told that you wanted to know. Again, I didn't want to know anything that involved Broly. So then I said, you know the meaning of allegations, right? Corinne said, like I said, we stand our ground. Cake says, yes, I know the whole allegation thing, but we also don't know the whole allegation thing with Denji because we haven't seen anything as well. Tell you, so if you want to show us the blacklist on him, then show us because we haven't seen it. So all we know if it's allegations, but yet again, we haven't spoken to him in months. He's been gone. He deleted everything about himself. I said, again, not sure how it came up that I wanted to know anything at the moment. Like I said, I'm busy with other projects. I'm willing to hear what y'all have to say and what proof y'all do have to help clear y'all's names if y'all were wronged. So then Cake says, then we can talk about it some other time. Corinne said, this was brought to our attention. We have nothing to do with Broly anymore. Cake says, we all work and have lives, so we can try and set something up. Corinne said, if you're gonna say it's hearsay again, then I have nothing to say. Well, during this whole time, they haven't really showed me anything to back up that they were innocent, that they weren't lying about anything. So I say, question, if y'all were wrong and wanted to show y'all side of the story, then why would you private the doc? Y'all dropped on the 6 people that dropped a docky on y'all. Another question, who brought this up? I say, who brought this up? Cake says, again, I didn't make it. Corinne says, because I spoke to them, I privated it out of respect, which I have video proof of all the conversations. Like I said, they never showed me these recorded conversations that they had. So I said, who brought up that I needed to talk to y'all? So our ex-friend says, I did. I was talking to them about Broly. I thought that's all we were going to talk about are. Not long after that, that's when I got kicked from the chat.
I'm looking for that info.
But not only that, but when they kicked me from the chat, they also kicked our ex-friend from the chat. But yet there's messages of the ex-friend talking with Shortcake and Rebel about this stuff. And you can't tell me. I'm still having a hard time trying to wrap my head around this. And plus, the few people I've talked to and showed these screenshots to, as soon as Corinne and Shortcake got me into the chat to speak with them, they didn't want to hear anything else from our ex-friend anymore. Because Shortcake and Corinne basically got what they wanted. They wanted to be able to talk to me because we were doing the recording and going over the docky stuff. Now, I do have more screenshots from that ex-friend, but this doesn't really involve them. Do I feel like they got stuff started that they shouldn't have got started at the moment? Yes. Because as soon as I was ready to come back to this, I was definitely going to be reaching out to Shortcake and Corinne to hear their side of the story. Bole, do you have anything else you'd like to say?
Not really. I pretty much gave my part of everything, I feel.
Mm-hmm. I mean, from like what we were talking before and you were like explaining stuff to me, it almost sounds like Corinne wants to get away from Shortcake, but because Shortcake has like all this dirt on her, she knows that if she leaves, Shortcake's gonna throw her under the bus and leak images, messages, and all that stuff.
Right. Because, like, when Corinne came to me about this, like, she was just, like, full on ready to, like, clear her ass. Didn't care about anybody else as long as she was good. She didn't care.
Like, I kind of feel bad for her, but then I don't because she's not she's not owning up to a lot of the other stuff. Now, granted, when was the docky? This was, like, last year, right?
Yeah, like, I want to say, like, September of last year. That we made this or something like that.
I mean, I know people can change with time, but if there's like not a whole lot of proof to back up that you're changing, you're owning up that you fucked up and you're willing to change, it's hard to believe it, kind of thing.
Yeah. But the thing is that even when she did own up to those things, like the recording that Morty has, she didn't know she was being recorded. So it wasn't like a public like acknowledgement.
Mm-hmm.
It was basically she thought that she was just talking to someone that used to be her best friend, and that it would be okay for her. Because I mean, she's just
like,
trying to.
she could have been just saying that, like, to me, for more the fact that, like, she was trying to be good with me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Then that one's gonna be a tough one unless she actually speaks up publicly and, like, I don't know, tries to get into contact with a lot of people and actually apologize. I guess that would be really difficult to know. 1 second.
According to Morty, is that she also tried to reach out to Shadow and me to apologize in a way or talk to us about it, but it didn't happen until you came with the videos and stuff about them. So it's
Oh.
like, yeah, it's like they would have never done it had you not came out with the videos initially.
Oh.
Yep. Yeah, which to me just sounds like, oh shit, we're karma's biting us in the ass. Let us see if we can make this a little bit better. That's basically what it comes out down to, in my opinion.
Yeah, because like, what? Hold up. Where's the Discord? Because I sent y'all. I'm pretty sure I sent the message. Let me scroll back up, or the screenshot.
You did. I'm pretty sure you did. Where? Hold up.
Like she tried to send. Yeah, here it is. She sent me a friend's request on Discord, and she's like, "Are you serious right now? Why are you involving yourself in something you have no idea about?" And I've had to explain this. I have seen other news/drama VTuber, VR chat content creators say this before. When it comes to the docky stuff, it's public. Anybody can make content from it, talk about it, give their own personal views about it.
Yep. I mean, there's like big old YouTubers on VR chat that do that exact thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not wrong for wanting to just make your own content. If this is your niche, then by all means.
Yeah, I enjoy reading the docies, and my whole thing is for like the past couple years, we've seen people drop docies left and right, and most of the time, it doesn't even have proof in it. It's like heavily cropped out screenshots, and they're just saying, "Oh, well, this person made me feel uncomfortable," or like this person disrespected my feelings or whatnot about it. Okay, cool. Y'all don't vibe together. Doesn't mean you need to drop a docky about it. The whole reason for the doc stuff, personally, is I don't know if y'all remember like the Cinder situation. That was crazy with all the backstabbing and stuff that was happening. That's a docky right there. Anything that deals with like other people involving children doing inappropriate stuff, that's a call for a docky.
Yep.
So that's kind of like what I do. You know, it's public, but I'm here to make it public-er and try to hold
Like
people accountable.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Like you're not just gonna read the first docky and believe everything that's on it. You're gonna be like, okay, let me figure out like exactly what actually happened.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I appreciate that. I'm glad that you saw theirs and you actually read it and was like, oh, this sounds stupid, and then reached out to us.
Yeah, because like granted, I like the fact that they also had theirs too, so I was like able to compare it. But I'm like, some of this stuff don't seem right. And then Broly was sharing me all of his messages between him and Shortcake, and I'm like, yeah, I think I'm gonna believe more of the first docky that I read, but I'd much rather reach out to the people that created it so we can hear their full-on story and get a better context of like what was there, you know?
Yeah, right.
Hope y'all have a good rest of your day. Thank you so much for coming out again.
Yep, me too.
Bye-bye. All right, you guys. So before we end, I'm going to go ahead and show that video to you that Faded and Morty had recorded when they were talking with Corinne. And I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know now. I'm going to do a part 2, just a like mini part 2 when it comes to the whole Rebel situation, because this is already so long as it is. So here we go.
Do I believe that some things were said? Yes. And she has taken full responsibility for it. And she has said it to my face. Now, do I believe that she should apologize? Yes. Should I have been in a part of anything that went on? No. Because I'll be completely honest, I didn't hate you. I have nothing towards you. I have like no hard feelings or anything. I did not hate you. I just hated the fact of how everything went down. Because it hurt me. Because I thought you guys were my friends. When we started PLT, it was me, you, Shortcake, Brawly, Potato, and X. And that was just it. Yes, that was it. But ever since everybody started departing and spreading apart, that's whenever it started falling apart. Yeah, so that was breaking my heart because we made this group.
That was it. All I will say is I believe things would get better. Mainly for Corinne. I I see some hope for Shortcake if she would just admit and quit lying, because we have seen where she has lied on multiple things. Even from the screenshots when I got thrown into the chat with Krayon and Shortcake. I mean, all you have to do is just like apologize. Just own up that what you said and did was pretty fucked up. Learn from it and let's move on from it. I believe Krayon's being used by Shortcake. I believe Krayon needs to get away from Shortcake, because then she could probably get a lot of her old friends back, but only time will tell. So until next time, guys, thank you all for being here, and we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.